Welcome to the Huts Hangout. Grab your blasters and blue milk because we're about to deep dive into the game where Huts rule and three scoundrels rule. On this episode, we have Bones, Womp and myself. And a little bit later, we'll have a very special guest.
They are a mystery. I do not know who they. Even I don't know who they are. I've only been guessing for the last 2 weeks. No one really knows. But we have a mystery guest coming, so don't fear.
It's
the amount of times you've spoiled it, Bones, I would be surprised if they're classed as a mystery now.
If you've heard me say a name, I don't even know. I'm just guessing. But sorry, continue on, my friend.
Yes. How are you, Bones?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Life's been crazy the last few weeks, but we're doing good. We're doing good. Nothing too exciting going on. Getting some characters in the game. I guess that's a good thing. We haven't got really bad broken news the last week or so that's nice. But I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, true.
Womp, what are you doing? What are you up to, buddy?
Wait until he reads that bloody kit.
Ugh.
Well, yeah. It definitely hinted a few things, that's for sure.
Yeah, I skimmed through it, so even I'll be a little surprised by it, because I haven't really read it all.
But yeah.
Womp, what are you up
to? How
are
you, Womp?
For me, I've just been plodding away, working on YouTube stuff. Whilst I was just working on it, I've also realised the playlist that I've got for this conquest, I'm just going to keep, like, at the end of the conquest, clearing it down, and I'm going to put in other videos, like the one that I'm filming after this is the video for how soon can you get, like, a new character. And it'll have stuff like if you are buying it with the pass, if you're not buying it with the pass, if you're not buying the shards, if you are buying the shards, and it'll have like a when to buy sort of thing. So, yeah, I've got a few bits that I'm working on, and yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it.
It's actually quite interesting that you start with the conquest stuff, because that's probably a good starting point, right?
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I do want to mention again, I keep forgetting to mention at the start of everything, that anybody who is subscribing to the Twitch channel and also our VIP thing that's in Twitch as well, it's like a free-to-play version of subscription. Anybody after the podcast, once we finish, we sit around and talk for like half an hour, which I don't know why, because it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning for me, but we sit and just talk anyway. Yeah.
I'll be there either way.
But yeah, you can come and just sit and talk shit with us and, compliment or berate Bones on his hot takes for the week.
Berate me now, but thank me in 3 months when I'm right. That's what always happens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
I won't judge you.
But yeah. So yeah, it's just our little way to sort of thank anybody who is subscribed or puts a lot of effort into watching us during the week. So yeah.
Like Raylock says,
need to be on our Discord.
We talk to him until he goes to sleep. And he just falls asleep there in his chair.
Well, Bones last week did try and sing him a lullaby.
We almost got him to sleep, but it was too short. He woke back up afterwards. Sorry, Mike. Continue on, my friend.
But yeah, so no, that's just sort of mentioning that before we sort of kick things off. And obviously, like, if we have any guests or anything, normally they'll sort of hang around a bit as well. So if we aren't important enough for you to hop on, just when there's a guest on that you like, just come along and talk to them and just ignore us as well. That's perfectly fine.
But somebody please come talk to us. We're on our 4th week and no one likes us enough to talk to us. So don't be scared, don't be afraid.
The reason we need you to come talk to us, guys, is to berate Bones a little bit, because usually he's got even worse takes. Remember, he holds his farts in, guys, to travel up to his brain, and that's the issue.
Yeah, I can't fart on stream, man. It's 3 to 10 hours of holding it in. Just imagine how my
Jesus.
wife feels after a stream. It just ruins my life. It's funny, I can talk about sucking dick and everything, but if I talk about farting, it's like, oh, awkward. But I can talk about sucking someone's dick or something. It's all good.
What you like, Bones? Let's, yeah.
Oh dear.
That is true. Bane did come by, so Bane has been our first VIP.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Conquest. Obviously, we're in the middle of Conquest.
Hold on, Mike. How are you doing? You're celebrating
Oh, mate.
It's Christmas in Australia right now.
Well, yeah, kind of. My dad's side of the family is one of 7 kids. So to get everybody to come together sort of on Christmas, around Christmas time is, it would be impossible. So we do Christmas like end of November, beginning of December. So I don't even know how many drinks I've had. I'm pretty sure I've had one every hour since about 12 o'clock. So it's now 11. So probably, let's say, at least 10 drinks. So yeah,
my thing is, leave it to the Australians to fuck up Christmas. Jesus.
Like Steve told you, right? Remember, we are in the future.
That is
We're
true.
about 20 days ahead of you.
They're just trying to make a better version of Christmas, where, you know, that song, The 12 Days of Christmas, is actually the 12 Days of Drinkmas.
Your true love came to you.
Yep.
Now that you say you're in the future, I want to see you dressed up like who's the kid from Back to the Future?
Marty McFly.
I want to see you dress up as Marty McFly, and I want to see Womp Rat dressed up like the scientist. That would be hilarious.
Well, Bones, like I said, tomorrow I am dressed perfectly normally. If you are seeing anything else on tomorrow's stream, you need to go get your eyes tested.
I guess we should probably mention that too. Plug your thing, Womp.
So tomorrow, it was actually yesterday that I would have been streaming for a whole year on Twitch.
Because they both go back and forth to the future, so it's tomorrow, but basically it's yesterday.
No, so I had to try and work out when was best to do it, and it was like, I don't stream on Fridays. I will never stream on Fridays. Fridays is meant to be my day off. The only times I will is like if it's something desperate. Like if there was really big news that dropped, hell yes, I'll be on. But other than that, no. So I was there going, what's the best day for me to do it? And it was like, I can't really do it on a Monday because on a Tuesday I have actual stuff to do that requires me to be relatively sober. So it was like, okay, well, let's make it Sunday. Let's get a bit drunk, and then you'll see the after effects on the Monday stream. So there is going to be drinking tomorrow. There's going to be ways to get me to do shots constantly. There's going to be a few stupid bits and pieces that I've got planned. There's a whole section that's been added to the ARG over the last 2 days. So there is also the first person to get to section 12 on the ARG, which I know we've got people at 10 and 11 at the moment. Anybody that gets to that one, yeah, it auto triggers a shot as well.
But what is this for?
It's encouraging you guys to play a game. Fun?
What is this stream for, though?
It's just the anniversary of me doing a whole year on Twitch.
Congratulations, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're...
But also, it's any money raised from it is replacing these because you two are as tinny as shit and you do not sound like your usual selves.
I have some shit like $5 earbuds, and one is out too, so I can only hear you guys in one ear.
Mate, it's like listening through water, where on top of that there's only bass, and it's like, oh fuck off. Like I've had to stop playing music in my headset to be able to hear Ozzy Mike earlier. Like, I can't hear the music. I've just realised it's still playing from my screen. I've turned it off finally.
God,
and it's like, Jesus Christ.
I couldn't imagine you listening to me play Grand Arena with those. So I'm fucking just screaming usually.
At the moment, I would have to. I would actually have to. But I've found one. I asked a load of mates. I asked a couple of people that do like the DJ sets on Twitch and a few other bits like that. And I asked also a streamer that uses headsets for very long periods. Their minimum stream length is like 18 hours plus. And 3 of them all came back with the exact same suggestion.
What is he, a crackhead?
No, it's because of what he does. He only streams like once every week.
Oh, okay.
He does 18 hours solid.
I got you. I was like, how does that work out?
And all the top guys that I asked actually said the same headset. It's got batteries that can be flipped in and out. It's completely wireless. It has stability management stuff. You can link multiple things to it, and you can have up to like 8 devices into it all at once. And it was like, I only need like 2.
Fuck, do you need more than one for? It's your computer, right?
Remember, I run 2 PCs at the same time to stream.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Certain things I can't hear without like rooting through, and not having to root through would just be nice because it would lighten the load.
Okay. Yeah, guys, so come check out Womprat tomorrow for his streamiversary, and let's get this man some new headphones. He needs them.
Oh god, yes. Bones actually sounds intelligent right now.
Hey,
is that because of the headphones?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I had to.
Maybe you should keep him then.
Oh,
it's telling you the truth. It's filtering the bullshit out, and you can only hear the real stuff.
Oh god.
Oh jeez.
So.
Where?
What?
Conquest.
Well, we Womprat's been replaced.
Oh.
Bones needs to adjust the stream.
Well, you guys.
So
yeah, go ahead.
You need to adjust the stream, but that is a prettier version of me.
Yeah, it's definitely an upgrade, that's for sure.
Screw you, Mike. Screw you.
The mystery is over. The mystery has already been revealed.
Welcome, Kate.
Mystery.
How are you?
Welcome, Kate.
Good. How are you guys?
Yeah, we were trying to make it like a surprise, right? And then Bones jumps on to Womprat's stream, and she's like, "So when's Kate coming on?" And we're like, "Oh my god!" Like, we're just not going to tell him from now on.
I was about to say, you can't tell Bones or else he'll just blab it out.
Yeah.
But I was very excited to hear that you were going to be on with us, because you're probably our coolest guest so far. No offense to Bane or anyone. But this is my neglected podcast, so...
Your neglected podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just tagging...
Yeah. This is... We're the
server that is supposed to be like mine and the other bounty hoodies, but I'm pretty sure none of us really use it anymore, but we'll see who...
Which, this is random, but you know what?
Oh no, I don't even remember the tag.
You know what? Like, when I first started on, like, the Escape podcast, like, you were one of the only people that like, made it to where my stuff would pop up in your guys' server, so that was pretty cool. Thank you for doing that.
I didn't. I have no clue how to work that stuff. I'm pretty sure it was Toyota, so you can thank Toyota.
It just started happening, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And that was I was not very known then. Still not, but more than usual. But anyways, Kate, what is up? Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. How you doing today?
Sorry to be a little bit late. I'm good. I had to wait until my husband got off duty, so.
We have done nothing. We've just sat and talked, really. So it's probably good that you missed all of that just mumble jumble stuff.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, missed the most important part about drinking all of tomorrow, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
Is there something going on tomorrow?
My stream anniversary, so I'm drinking all of Saturday afternoon.
Oh,
so
boy.
it's going to get messy.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Also, they were talking about how I was right. You missed that. about a lot of things.
Wait,
About what?
Hang on. We were talking about what bones? How you were wrong?
Wait,
Yeah,
about
right.
what? Yeah, really.
Nothing.
I don't even remember.
His headphones are fucked up, so he's like, it sounds, for once you sound like you're right. Or, I don't know. It wasn't about
Yeah.
anything really. But actually, we were segueing into everything as soon as you came in, so perfect timing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But I guess
So
unless
what
you
we
here,
might
do your little 3x3 thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, first off, obviously, for the people who don't know, Kate is, I guess, now one of the Crate Expectation hosts, I guess. You've had, what, 2 episodes now?
Yeah, probably supposed
Yep.
to do one Thursday, but it was Thanksgiving. So I think we
Oh,
both
right.
forgot. We didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't even around. Like, Thanksgiving, it's a crazy day in general. And then the day after, like, me, my mom, my aunt, and my 2 cousins, we usually do, like, Black Friday shopping. So
Oh, yeah.
that was a whole day thing. And then I had to take care of the little one at night since my husband was working. So
If you have
I did
money,
not have time.
If you have money, Black Friday is so much funner than Thanksgiving.
I didn't get too much. I mean, everything I buy nowadays is for my daughter. So
That's
where all my
okay.
money goes.
I always eat.
It doesn't change.
At one time when I was younger, I had like 6 televisions because every Black Friday I was like, I just have
Oh
to
my
buy
God.
a TV. They were so cheap on Black Friday. I
The
was
deals have gotten worse, I think. Like, it's
Have they?
not, I don't know. They aren't as
Oh.
good of deals as it used to be like a couple years ago.
All I'm going to say
Yeah.
is the headset that I want to get, if I can get it on Black Friday, is 200 quid cheaper than it should be. So, yeah, I'm
I was
happy
just
with
gonna-
that if I can get it in time.
Mm.
Yeah.
But then it's like, do
yeah.
you do Black Friday or do you wait till Cyber Monday? Like, what deal's going to be better? You never
The
know.
what?
You've never
this
heard of
is
Cyber
Not Monday.
Wait, you never heard of Cyber Monday?
It's not really like Black Friday's only just sort of really hit Australia in the last, well, probably since COVID actually.
Really?
It's yeah, and Cyber Monday
Yeah,
it
it's
might
like
be there, but
everything's online and yeah. But like Black Friday,
Yeah.
like pre-COVID, the same group I go with, like my mom, my aunt, my cousins, we used to do the shopping. The Black Friday sales used to start at midnight. So we would go every year on midnight to the
So,
stores.
It's
yeah,
fun.
And
the
they used to be
Black
really good
Friday
deals,
thing is
but
nuts.
Yeah, it's
Like
fun.
in the UK, Black Friday still happens, and there's a clothing place called Next. It's expensive even on Black Friday, but the queues to get in there, like they start queuing at like 10 p.m. and the place
Yeah.
doesn't open till 3 a.m.
oh god.
And it's like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
I remember that like when I was younger, like people would wait outside of like the toy stores or the Best Buy because they would release stuff specifically at midnight on Black
Yeah.
Friday. Like I don't know, new games or stuff like that. Like there used to be lines of people like waiting there.
Yeah, they used to fight. Remember people would get in brawls
Yeah.
over stuff? When it first started?
Crazy.
Like when it very, very first started, people would fight. And like they would open up the doors and people would just flood in and people were fighting over Furbies. I remember when the Furbies
Yeah.
first came over and people were beating each other up for them.
I used to have a Furby
Okay.
and it scared the shit out of me. Like it freaked me the fuck out. Because
They were
it was one of
creepy.
those toys that would start talking,
In the
and I
middle of
looked
the
and it didn't have batteries in it. I was like,
oh,
come on.
Yeah, they would. And if you
Oh
had
my
more than
God.
one, like in the middle of the night, they would turn on and start talking to each other. And
Yeah,
it
they
wasn't.
freaked me the fuck out.
And they would move, and it would you know how like mechanically you could hear it moving, and it was really creepy. And yeah, I remember you could feed it, and it would go yum, and they learned English. Like they started out, they only speak Furbish, but if you talked to it more often, it would learn English. They're still the craziest things ever. But I remember my dad got me one. My dad only had to beat up 3 people for the gray one that I got, so we were all happy. But
Pretty
anyway.
sure I told my mom to throw mine out because it creeps me the fuck out.
I feel like everyone that's
Aw.
ever had a Furby has the same kind of story. So
so on
all
this
I'm
same
gonna
topic
say
of
is-
kids being scared, today at Christmas, our Christmas thing, my nana's Zumba, robot vacuum thing turned on. My 3-year-old daughter, like she ran away screaming, like this thing had a knife and was coming to stab and kill her. Oh, we're all like trying to talk to it to go back. Like we're like, go home, stop, turn off, and it just kept going through it. So I think someone ended up picking it up and putting it back on the charger thing. It was just like, oh
Dude,
god, it was just.
Can we?
Yeah.
All I'm going to say on the subject of Furbies is don't look up the guy on YouTube that made a 8-foot tall Furby.
Can't say don't do something.
Yeah.
I just
I
want to
want
go
you to do it.
that.
It'll give you nightmares. That's the whole idea.
Dude, send the link later. I want to see this because I'm a Furby guy.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. He made there was one that he made that was about that big that did more, and then he was as a joke he put up a video saying, "Should I make a huge Furby if this gets 500,000 likes? I will," and he did. So he did, and it's full, practically the same size as a human, and it's just ridiculous because he put a 3 or 4 Raspberry Pis in it, running it, so it did all sorts extra. Its actual pupils moved. It was freaky as hell.
You have to feed it human babies.
Maybe. Maybe.
Now that I've successfully derailed you guys.
Yeah, so Bones, remember the company we're in? Sacrificing young children. Probably not the best idea to say around Kate.
I only said that.
Yeah.
Well, I have fucking 18 kids. I'm just saying it because it's spooky. That's why I said it it was a demonic thing. That's the only reason I said that. Not because I'm into sacrificing children. Anyways, one last thing before we move on from this.
Take that hole deeper.
What I need you to do now is order a Furby mic and strap it onto your robot vacuum cleaner and then have it chase your kids around. That'll be hilarious.
I'm not rich
Don't
enough for
order
a
a Furby.
robot vacuum. I've got to do
Don't
that shit
order a
manually.
Furby.
No, for Christmas. Or whatever the fuck
Okay.
you guys are doing.
No, Furbies are
Yeah.
banned. We don't want to
Yeah.
give kids
Okay.
No
nightmares.
Furbies. No
Alright, enough
Furbies.
about Furbies. Yeah, I love this. Alright, so
All right.
get into the 3x3, Mike. Explain it.
Well, hang on. We haven't even asked Kate basic stuff. So, Kate,
how's
what
it?
GP? Well,
Oh,
yeah.
God,
How are
I
you?
don't know. What's my GP? I don't know. This is all stuff that I should expect, and I never do, and I never know the answer to it when anybody asks.
Just say 7, and if anybody says what million,
It's
you go
like-
no 7.
It's
12.78.
Do you not? Wait, did you?
I may have I've done research, right?
I was I'm pulling up the game now. I think it's 12 point something. It's
Yeah, 12.78.
Yep,
Mighty
that's what it
Chlorians.
says. Yep, I'm in
Yeah.
MC3.
Jesus
with,
Christ, Mike, are you
Ranger.
stalking her?
Well, he probably grabbed my characters I said for the 3x3.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That is her characters on the 3x3. Yeah.
Okay.
There is one
Of course.
good choice in there that I agree with. Well, there's multiple good choices. However, there is one choice that I'm going to question your sanity on a little bit. But
I kind of want you
Yes.
guys to guess why you think they're in my 3x3. I think that'd be fun.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the
We'll
actual reason.
flip
Well,
it.
you're not allowed to answer, Mike, because you know the answers.
Okay.
You're not allowed to answer.
oh god,
All right. Well, okay. So
just
How long-
accidentally access Mike's computer through how I've helped him in the past and find out.
how long have you been playing, Kate?
Oh God, since I want to say it's February of 2018.
Okay.
Yep. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yep.
It's been a while since I could hold myself
You
up
sing.
high.
How's that sound in your headphones, Womp?
That's why I said, don't you sing.
So Kate, you've been
Oh,
around for a
God.
while. You used to stream. You're not streaming anymore, are you? Are you trying to stream? Are you getting back into streaming, or are you just doing stuff with Zareth?
I haven't done any streams on my channel or anything in over a year. So, I mean, it was funny. I was talking to somebody the other day, one of the guys in my guild. I'm like, I won't get into the story because it's not mean, but I was like, basically like, okay, this is making me want to stream again just to like, I don't know. I was like, I'm just going to stream again.
Are you talking about the game?
Yeah.
Be mean.
I might come back and stream.
I can't be the only one being mean.
No. It's not really mean. It's more of like I saw something and I was like, all right, this is just making me want to stream again because like the person, they're just level of knowledge of Star Wars and then streaming the game. I was like, this is really making me just want to stream again just because this is really sad.
I got you. I got what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. But
no, I already know what you mean. I already know what you mean. We need more people like you. The OGs, there's some OGs coming back. We had Urge on.
I was about to say, don't call me an OG because I'm not an OG. But I'm not though. I'm not.
You're an original.
I'm really not. I'm really not though. Not for this game. If you really think about it, when I came in, I felt like I was late to the game. Like streaming wise.
I'm not saying you were day one streamer, but like compared to everyone else, you're an OG. You're not old. It doesn't stand for old guy.
I know that. I'm probably one of the younger ones streaming wise.
You're an original gangster of Slugga. But anyways.
But I may come back. I was actually really considering if I wanted to come back this upcoming season. I don't know.
You gonna do Grand Arena stuff?
Yeah, that's what I usually did. I usually did Grand Arena. I'm like, I'm not the streamer you come to learn anything. I literally would just hang out, turn on some good music, hang out like with people in voice chat. We would just have a good time. Like I never did anything. Like don't come to my channel to learn something. You're probably not.
Now I'm gonna say something here, just because you said this. We watch Bones.
Yeah. That's Bones' like entire stream.
That's exactly Bones'
Yeah.
So you can do it.
He uses my like 13 mil account. And,
I did know that, yeah.
Yeah,
because he refuses also to gear up his Bad Batch, but it's okay.
Yeah. Still haven't. But yeah, even I have a 13 million account and I can't get to Kyber 1.
If I actually tried and did not miss like 2 out of 3 rounds every single round, I would probably do good. I'm in like Kyber 2 or 3. But if I actually tried, I could probably work my way back up to Kyber 1, I think.
Not to go on like a side tangent, but a lot of people that were in Kyber 1 are in Kyber 2 now. Avant, Old Man Logan. So eventually, a lot of us might end up getting matched up because...
I'm okay with that. I actually matched up with Logan once, and we didn't know each other then. We figured it out like the next week.
Oh, really?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we figured it out literally a week later.
Guys, Ginger Jesus. Sorry to interrupt, but Ginger Jesus was in my my shard. I didn't get matched up because I went 0-3. But do you know who Ginger Jesus is?
You guys mentioned it when I was hanging out with you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Your podcast the other day, and I was like, there's so many streamers now that I just don't know. I open up Twitch and I'm just like.
That's why you have to come back and show
any of these.
Who the boss is, Kate.
But it's also like if I come back, I don't think anybody's gonna remember me either. So it's kind of like one of those things.
That's not true. That's not true.
I gotta get my PC client set up. I haven't done the PC client.
And
once I get that set up,
it's very easy.
I just haven't had time to do it.
Yeah,
I haven't had time. So once I get that set up, then I will probably start.
Both these either side of me and a couple of other streamers rely on me for tech support. If you need help, shout.
See, that's what I was about to say. Is like, you know, Ranger. So many people. It might take you a little bit of time to get back out there, but you got so many people that'll help you out, willing to help you out. I think you'll have fun getting back into it if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't think you should ever do it if you don't want to.
I never did streaming for the popularity or anything like that. I started during COVID. I did it as a way to like interact with people because I was home alone all the time because my husband still had to work. He was in emergency services. Like he was still working and I was just home alone a lot, not able to go to work. So it was my way to like just, I don't know, just talk to people outside of my house. So
Same.
that's why I started. I never did it to get popular. That's why it's like the joke with the whole like famous Kate thing. They joke about it, but it's like I never set out to do anything like that. Never did it for the money.
Sometimes
never
you can't
did it for
help it if
anything.
people want to, like, maybe you don't go out to be popular, but you might become popular. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you go in with the mindset of, hey, I want everyone to like me and I want to get views, you usually fail. Was what I'm
like
saying.
Me or not.
If you go in with that, you'll usually fail. If you go in with the mindset of, I want to do this for fun, I don't care. You actually.
If I come back, it's for fun. It's for nothing else other than to have fun and to talk to people I just haven't talked to in a while anymore.
Yeah.
Because we used to have a good time. It was always a good time. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't. If you don't like me, I'll just tell you to fuck off. Because I've had about 3 of those people lately. Like, why are you so negative? And like, I can't watch you anymore because I'm like, well, this isn't the podcast for you, bud. And
it's okay. The one thing I actually did do out, because I pretty much, if you line up when I stopped streaming, it's when I became pregnant. I stopped streaming right when I like found out I was pregnant. Well, I went through IVF, so I stopped like right when I went in for the transfer, and then I stopped for the whole year. So
that seems.
But
like
the
so
one
long
thing
ago.
I did do was the Ahsoka reviews with Thane and Ranger, and Thane. I used to joke, I'm like, Thane, you're such a negative Nancy. It was so funny.
But I'm not mean to people that aren't mean to me. So like, you can say you don't disagree with me, and I'll just. There's a difference between like an argument and a debate, but some people get so angry and they're like, I can't stand you. And I'm like, then why are you watching me? You know what I'm saying? Because, Kate, we very rarely agree, but we just laugh and say, and move on, right? But there's some people that just don't like to hear
the thing that we had the other week, we had such differing views on this new expansion, and it was like, yeah, I only really saw the really negative side to it. And it was like, they really need to look at the shit. Now that they've looked at it, it's a lot fucking better, and I can see the positive of it. But holy shit. I was probably worse than Bones that week.
That was initially a lot of people. Like, I even messaged Zareth after when I saw the Galactic Challenge feeds, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I'm not very a reactive person. And then it's like, I'm like, look, I need to have a couple days and like figure this out, like see what's going on. Cause at first it looked really bad. And I'm like, I gotta understand this more. And that's like when I was talking to Mike about like coming on and talking to you guys, like I couldn't do last week for, I forget, something was going on. I was like, you know what? It's probably better off. Cause then I'll have like a week under my belt under like this whole update. Like, I need that time. I don't like giving like initial reactions because they're almost always wrong for me. So
yeah, it's good that you didn't because I spent the whole 3 hours telling how Womp was wrong the whole time. So.
Yeah,
which he was, but he's become right. Now that they've fixed things, he's becoming more right than he was wrong last week.
But did they fix a lot, or is it just we kind of saw what was happening?
A little bit.
I honestly haven't seen the updates. This week has been crazy. So if there was updates, I didn't see them.
So it's more, they changed where the main priority of the points were in the GC, so you got them lower down, which is great because that means guys that are below level 6 could actually earn more. So like for guys that like for Aussie Mike's account and Pro your account, the higher end of the GCs just don't earn the same points now. So it's like, do I really need to do them? No. Can I be asked to do them? Probably not.
But so if you can do them, you're still being rewarded because you're getting points that someone who can't do them would not be getting. So you're still getting a benefit. Like I'm still getting 4 out of 4.
Yeah.
I'm still getting a benefit because I can still beat them, but the people who can't aren't being so negatively affected. So it's definitely an improvement.
And then on top of that, they upped the daily rewards by 50 per one. And the little changes mathematically now mean everybody should be able to hit 40 plus.
Good.
And that's just off dailies.
So also separate from this, there was that problem with them taking away the assault battle, they've now.
I did see the update on that.
Yeah,
I did see that one.
So that's a pretty big positive. Like, that was just a bunch of negativity that was happening before the update. So they're fixing little things here and there. So I'm a little bit happier about everything. Not saying.
Ooh, Bone's happy?
Yeah. For now.
I know,
for today. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
For today.
Like, those little changes that they did went from this is really freaking bad to this is actually quite fucking nice.
Yeah.
Because, like, loads of people were there going, oh, but I'm going to lose out on my armies. And it's like, well, when we did get these rotations of Jawas and Tuscans, did you still get the 7th crate? And most of them were like, no. And it's like, well, then you wouldn't have got 2. You would have dropped 1 anyway. And then they were like, oh, but they're new. And it's like, no, they're not. They've been around forever. It's just...
Yeah. Let's not get too far into it because they've changed it.
It is further down. It is further down to talk about.
Yeah.
But let's do Kate's 3x3. Yeah. All right. So apparently you guys have got to guess why the characters are there.
I like this. I think this
now
is
the
funny.
one to wrench you for is why I'm also going to say it, because it's Chopper, and I know why.
Let's start in the top corner.
Start
All right.
with JML.
So
start with JML.
For everybody who's listening and not live on stream, like we always do when we have a new guest on, we always do a 3x3. Today, Kate's 3x3 is Jedi Master Luke, Canderous, Commander Ahsoka Tano, Darth Talon, Bosk, Wampa, and then she's got, it's Biggs, but it's actually just X-Wings in general, Chopper, and old school Rex, like the OG Rex. Top left is Jedi Master Luke. Guys, what's the reason?
Square, it just looks like, what is going on?
Well, Kate, why JML?
Jedi Master Luke. Is it because this was probably your first R9 GL that you thought was worthwhile doing, maybe?
It was my first GL. I don't think it was
your
the first
GL.
R9, but it was the first GL. That was an easy one. I feel like Bones first. It was just the first one that came to mind, quite honestly, because it's like you were giving examples, and I think one was like first GL. I'm like, okay, that was JML. Yeah. I remember that. So I think that's why that was first. Bones should know the answer to this next one, though. I think maybe.
Candy.
Yep, Candyman.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the answer to the next one is. I probably should, but I don't. Spoiler alert.
Probably not.
I want to say JML was my first GL as well. I hated GLs when they first came out. I hate the sequels. But when he came out, it was Luke. Even though it was sequel Luke, I was like, all right, I like Luke. He wasn't bad in the movies. Honestly, he's one of the better parts. And I was like, all right, I can do this. And so that's also the first one I got as well.
Like a lot of people's first GL was JML.
Yep. And then once I did that farm, every time you do a GL farm, it gets easier, I feel like. So once I did that, I was like, okay, it's going to be a little bit easier. Not great, but...
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I had to say about JML. And, yeah, I don't know why you picked Canderous. But I'm interested to hear why.
I need a guess.
I know you have this weird affinity for Candyman in general and like him. And I'm sat there going, I can't remember the whole story. But
Pale Thunder got it.
I can't remember it.
Pale Thunder got it.
God damn it.
Who does he solo? Who's he solo?
Okay, so this was actually on my old account. This was before Mandalorians were even like a team. I had a random Relict Canderous for no reason other than I just felt like it. So when I was doing GACs on my old account, I would find any excuse to do Candyman solos. And we just had a good time. That's all.
The Candyman can.
Yeah, Candyman
solos. You can.
Yeah. He did. He did.
What particular team?
And then Mandalorians became a team.
I've never heard him
what?
I've never heard him soloing things. So like, what teams were you using?
Oh, if I just had like anything that was like awful.
Okay, all right.
I mean, he was Relict, and I put good mods on him. I had him modded good. It was really random.
He's a good
He
character.
had good mods, but he didn't have any team to go on because Mandalorians weren't a thing, and my Old Republic weren't good. So,
But yeah,
and then Mandalorians became a thing, and then it was like, "Ooh, Candyman's actually good in that squad," and I was like, "Well, I have it, so this is great."
Yeah.
So you had him pre-relic for Maul coming out, basically.
Yeah, then Maul came out, and then everybody relicked up Candyman. I'm like, I'm ahead of the game here. Not intentionally, but it happened.
Yeah.
So hang on, what bad character have you got relic now so we can get ahead of the curve?
Ewok
Chopper.
Scout.
Wait.
Chopper. Chopper.
Ewok Scout.
Uh,
Get ahead. Bodhi Rook.
I don't have Ewok Scout, but I know somebody who has Paplu. Relic before.
we all know somebody that's having to do Ewok Scout right now, which is Scribble.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
An R9 Ewok Scout. Poor person.
Okay.
Then watch they become
Alright.
super helpful, like later on somehow.
Yes. The Caravan of Courage team from the Ewok movies. Be ready.
I'm guessing Cat is something to do with JML's team, JMK's team, and that stupid insta-kill.
Bones.
I mean, that and
no,
just like
your guess, then.
she was one of the, I mean, first of all, Ahsoka's awesome, but she was also, was she the second Conquest character? She was one of
She was
those.
the first.
Was she the first?
He was the first one.
What was
Yeah.
it? Razor Crest was second?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, she was one of the first, either way, Conquest characters. It's Ahsoka and she insta-kills. That's my guesses.
Okay, I didn't think at all about the insta-kill. I was just thinking more so it was the first Conquest character that I was obviously it was one of the first ones, so I was really proud of getting that character. So it was the first character I was very proud of myself for getting and putting in the effort for, even though it was the first one. But I was still proud.
2 seconds, then. 2 seconds. Do you like Conquest?
I don't hate it, but I don't like the time I got to put into it. I mean,
That's
actually,
acceptable. You now get this.
this one, I don't mind as much because I got to the second to last crate in literally 2 days. I like that. I like if I can get to the end really quick.
Well, back then they were actually really fun. They weren't as grindy.
They were.
Yeah.
I remember me and Llama were streaming, and we did the first Conquest, and we just had so much fun with deployable cooling systems when that was a disc.
Llama.
We had so much, yeah.
Now that's
Llama
a name.
and I used to stream Conquest, and we did the first one, and we had so much fun playing with the deployable cooling systems.
Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about Llama. Yeah.
Old Bones, not old Ben.
Yeah, they were fun, and even Nev used to love it, and then poor Nev, they changed it to the grind, and that was the downfall of the Escape podcast because everyone hated Conquest.
When Maul came out, that Conquest was awful. I remember that. But now I don't hate Conquest, but I don't particularly like it. But if I can get through it quickly and it's not taking up a ton of time. There was one Conquest where you pretty much had to time everything. I don't like that. I don't like if I have to time stuff to do battles at certain times, and I don't like that. If it's now where I got literally to the second to last crate by Thursday afternoon. So then it's all right, last night when I got home from Black Friday shopping, I logged in. I did my refreshes all on that Sector 4 bonus node and called it a day. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah. It's for the accounts that I run, I datacron farm until tomorrow. Until TB locked in. I don't give a shit. It's literally, I'm sorry, but that's more important to me to have datacrons. But it's then like you said, it's then how fast can I complete it so I don't have to touch it? I do 5 conquests for people, and it's kill me.
Oh yeah, no.
It is literally, let's get them done, let's get them dusted, and it's thanks to the energy from this one, 2 of them were done on day 2.
You brought this on yourself. Another
The
Obi-Wan.
energy was nice.
I have another
Because
Obi-Wan.
I think that was a huge little boost.
Sorry, I was trying to bring in another quote. You have done this yourself. ... Anakin. Anyways, sorry. I'm liking Conquest more than ever. I used to despise it. A year and a half ago, it was my least favorite. But now in the last year and a half, so many characters have ruined Grand Arena. I hate territory wars. Rote is just Rote. Nothing ever changes. Raids suck. So now it's just it's the one unchanged thing that I know what I'm getting into. And so you can't really change it. It's PvE. So it's only affected by what you want to put into it. So it's actually become one of my more favorite. I've been having fun this last Conquest. So
the Conquest energy stuff, I may have bought it. At one point, I had 5,456 energy.
Jesus.
It was like,
Oh my god.
and then I think I got through to Sector 4 on the first night, and then just dumped it all into that bonus node, and then I have now since finished Conquest, so I've got 9 days of nothing, just more datacrons. So,
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for Siege or CG did a good job with that for people who want to. How much was it, Mike?
60 Australian.
But I mean, if you're able to do that comfortably, that's good for whales because whales should be able to save their time. And I've seen so many people finish in 3 days in Red Crate with that thing. My mind is blown, and people are like the pack. And I was wondering what changed this iteration, but it's a good pack.
And
honestly,
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it down a bit lower, but the milestone event is obviously drawn on that. Well, bought that idea ahead with the paying for the energy. So yeah.
Okay. So yes,
I've single-handedly got you guys to 20 million.
Thank you.
Nah.
Thank you for your service. Anyways,
sorry, go Womp.
Cat.
Back to the 3x3.
Anything else to
I
say
feel
about
like this
Cat?
one's easy.
Okay.
This one's easy.
I
Should be pretty
mean,
obvious.
it's Darth Talon.
Just for that.
Anything you slap 2 tentacles on someone's head, and they're beautiful in my eyes. So that's why I would pick her. Anything with Twi'lek noodles on their head, I'm in. That's my suggestion. The tentacles. What do you guys think?
Okay.
I don't think that's the answer, Bones, personally.
That's why I like her. I don't know about Kate's.
I'm not 100% sure, but I guess I'd probably say something to do with that stupid revive mechanic that can make everybody pissed off. Because it's I killed the... Oh, fuck, the lead's back.
This one's hard, though, Kate. Your reasoning is... Yeah. See, I didn't know...
I'm going to say it, and then they're
about
going to
the
be like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I mean, she's a badass
because-
in real life, but
No, my account was Dylar's. And Dylar...
what's a
loves
Dylar?
Talon. I know you know
That's-
who Dylar is.
Who?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know who Dylar is. Who's that?
He used to stream Swogo. That's whose big account I have. It was Dylar's, and then he retired, and I took it over.
Oh, no offense
And
to
then
Dylar.
I went on and I played in I brought it over. I played in Maul 2, and then I went and played when Vanguard merged with Maul. I played in Maul Vanguard. So it's really one of those the character. It's there because it's I would never have had the opportunities I had in this game if it wasn't for Dylar. Let him use his account once he retired.
Because the thing is whenever I came in maybe the last year of Escape Podcast, that's when I started getting to know the Swugga community. As far as the content creators go, I only know the big ones, right? Like Arnold and Cubs and the ones that were huge. I didn't really know I guess we could call ourselves the underground community of content creators that weren't
He was a bigger one.
Yeah,
he was one of the bigger
and
ones.
did he make YouTube videos? Because back then I didn't watch
Yeah,
Twitch
he made a lot of unlock guys.
I'm gonna have to look him up then. I feel like I should know everybody at this point. Okay. Well, shout out to Dylar. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. But I will check you out.
But yeah, it's with his account, I've been able to do a lot more with this game than I would have ever been able to do with my original account. Like, just playing in the Gauntlet. I played in the Gauntlet for a year with that account.
I can't believe I don't know this guy. Everyone in the chat's like Dylar's Twilight Tactics. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember Dylar from when I started, and I was using his guides all the time to do stupid shit.
Yeah.
So I'm very surprised Bones doesn't know the name, but it's like, memories of fun. But I didn't know you got the account.
Yeah.
And I was always wondering what happened to it because holy shit, that account was good.
Yeah,
Like
I took it over.
really good.
What the fuck? How did I not know this guy?
Yeah, his I actually used his SLKR guide myself when I got SLKR.
Like, I pride myself on like finding all the little guys and putting them on my shows, and I can't believe I didn't.
I felt so bad though. So when he retired, literally like 2 weeks later, Talon got announced, and I literally messaged him. I was like, "Do you want your account back? I know like Talon's like your character." He's like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, "Okay."
Also, shout out to all the people who were able to leave and never come back, because I couldn't do that. That's why I've never quit. Because I know I would sit there just thinking about it. One day if I miss a day, God, I know I can't. So shout out to like someone just quit recently in my guild or something, and he's like, it was hard the first 3 days, but now I'm good, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do it. Anyways,
We're busy
like
with
a
other
drug
stuff
addict
in
or
life.
something. Yeah.
So, Bosk. Why Bosk?
This one's tougher. This one's tough. I don't think either of you are gonna get this.
it's his sexy thick skin.
Because he's a dickhead tank that won't fucking die if you screw up.
And he's just a badass. He just looks cool. I want to collect.
Or is it because he tried to kill Chewbacca? And that is a good thing. Oh, wait, I'm not meant to say that out loud.
When did he try to kill Chewie?
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I don't remember all those. But I do want to collect all the bounty hunters that are on the bridge in Empire Strikes Back. And they're giving us fucking, Gothic Ray when I need 4 Laman Zuckus to complete the bridge bounty hunters. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Just nod and agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, Bosk, I don't know.
So
Tell us.
Bosk is back to my OG account. It was the one time, other than Huyang, where I tried a chance pack with my crystals. And then I did that, got like 5 and said, fuck this, I'm never doing it again.
Yeah.
That's why he's there.
Did he come out around the time? It may have been way later. Around the time.
It was a long time ago. Was
that around?
It was way before I even got involved in streaming or anything.
Was that when like the 3PO legendary event came out? Not 3PO, Chewbacca.
I remember. It was a long time.
Because I remember the Chewie event came out and you had like the shittiest bounty hunters, and then I think they released Jango Fett, and I feel like they released Bosk. And if you worked on them early, you could pretty much damn near auto the event. But if you hadn't, you had to use like Boba Fett lead and Greedo and Cad Bane, which that's what I did, and it was hell. But I don't remember either. But all right, Wampa.
Was it the time of the Chewie legendary event? I don't even remember. That had to be like what 2018, 19, something like that.
It was probably
a long time.
2 to 3 years into the game, which is a long time ago still. So I don't know. But it was,
that would be 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
About
terrible
right then.
event. It was one of the worst events like I experienced. That and the
funny thing is, I don't remember events being like thinking events were bad before I started streaming, and everybody's like, "Oh, this event is so hard." Like I remember the Malik event being hard. I remember that was the first one, the Malik and the like when it was like Malik, Darth Revan. When those events came out, those were the first ones I actually like looked up and was like, "How the hell do I do that?" before that, I didn't think anything was tough, but once I
Yes,
started
event.
gaming, everybody was like, "Oh, these events are tough," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't think so, but okay.
I've never had phone-breaking moments except for the 3PO event with the Ewoks and the Chewie event with Bounty. But you gotta remember, I didn't have Jango or Bosk. I had fucking Boba Fett, Greedo, Cad Bane. I didn't even have Zam West. I don't even know what was in there, but there was only like 5 total in the game. And it was just
I don't know, but it sounds like you made some poor choices.
Well, I mean, that was the only ones that were available. Because at that time, Django was like brand new in a marquee, so you couldn't really farm him. I don't think. I don't know. It's usually a skill.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I don't remember.
Kate, don't question my skills in the game, okay? I'm a big deal around here.
You don't need.
I don't need
to. We know they're not.
We all know his skill doesn't exist. Don't worry.
Okay, so Wampa. I think we all know why. Maybe.
Why?
Yeah.
Because Omicron.
Honestly, yeah, the ability he has to solo stupid shit, and even the fact that he can solo freaking Star Killers is hilarious.
And not to mention, he's just awesome. He's scary. He has one of the most iconic scenes in Empire Strikes Back.
So Wampa goes back to when I was streaming. It was like an ongoing joke of which Wampa Zeta was better. And like I know me, Zareth, and Ando would like argue about it all the time. That's why that's there.
Which one is better?
And the answer's both.
It was I forget I honestly can't even remember the names of them, but me and
you
Ando
can
would always say the
one
one.
you think. Because
if you guys said the names, I could tell you which one it was. I don't remember the names of them.
There's Furious Foe and is unique. I can't remember what is unique.
I think we said Furious. Is Furious Foe the one that the Omicron's on? Because I remember that one with the Omicron was on is the one me and Ando thought was better. I don't remember the name.
Corny Beast is where the army is.
Okay, then it was Corny Beast. So me and Ando thought Corny Beast was better, and Sarah thought Furious Foe was better. And it was just like an ongoing argument.
Thank you to Red Lobster Mike in the chat for that answer. So were you excited about the Omicron? Was that one of the first ones you did whenever it came out?
I'm pretty sure I did it, yeah, pretty quickly.
It was so fun. I mean, it's not
because everybody's just also loves soloing stuff with Wampa. Like, it's just so much fun.
I've never heard anyone complain about being able to solo stuff. Everyone loves Bane. Everyone loves Wampa.
Yeah. Honestly, getting to use Wampa and destroy things for fun and giggles, and people go, "That won't work," and it's like, I use it all the time. You've not been here regular enough to know I'm just gonna do it and win. So it's like 3v3 on Star Killer. It's like, and go kill. Don't care.
Yep. All right, your next one. It's just an X-wing. I told Mike, I was like, it doesn't matter if it's Biggs or Wedge, just an X-wing.
Iconic shit.
So is that just like your enjoyment?
How iconic it is.
Is it like one of your favorite ships or something?
So X-wing goes back to Rogue Squadron. You guys ever play that?
Yes, one of the all-time.
Me and my dad used to play that all the time. So that's why that's there. It's just that was like something I remember very like much from my childhood. Like me and my dad would play that game, and I would have the joystick, and he would use the keyboard. And yeah, we used to play it all the time.
What a great!
Was yours actually plugged in though?
Yeah, no.
So it wasn't like the whole parent thing where the kid pretends to play?
No.
That's funny. No, that's one of my all-time favorite games. That was a great game, and like the cheat codes were cool. There were some cool secret vehicles you could get. It was hard.
I don't remember too much from the game-wise, but I remember us playing, and I remember we would always work on whatever it was where you had to, I think you were in the A-Wings they had, where it's like you try and wrap yourself around. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, The snow battle. That was tough too. Because that was also.
Oh yeah, we could like never get it.
Because it was the view, it was the camera that made it hard. It was like, God, can I get some help here? Sorry to interrupt real quick, but Red Lobster Mike is asking, what's Australian about Red Lobster? Am I missing something? Jesus, Avant. Do I have to explain everything to you? We call Mike Team U Avant. Team U Avant means that he's a lesser Avant. So we call you Red Lobster Mike because you're the opposite of Team U. You're the more superior Mike. Okay? Red Lobster is superior to Team U. That's what it means.
But we don't have Red Lobster in Australia, so I don't understand.
Anyway. Red Lobster is the most gourmet mainstream restaurant there is.
They have Team U over there, but they don't have Red Lobster.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with being Australian. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. It's about quality. The quality of the person. That's what we're talking about here. Okay.
All right. So, Kate, are you looking forward to Ray piloting an X-Wing?
No.
Fuck you.
No.
Not
Ray
Kate.
5.
Fuck you, Mike.
No.
Right, hang on. I'm just going to quickly reprogram the AI because he was fucking wrong with that, and the AI should not be fucking wrong. Where is it? There we go. Right, restart your AI, please.
But
Ray rocks with me.
Are you team Red 5 though? Are you ready for that shit to come to the game?
Oh, I've been saying Red 5 back when I streamed. Like I wanted that ship, but I did not want Ray piloting it.
No.
I do not want Ray piloting that ship.
You guys need to stop with that shit.
Who will pilot?
It would probably
Who's
be.
Pilot?
I'll see.
I know people have said like Farm Boy Luke, and I'm like, no, it'd probably have to be Commander, like CLS.
CLS, yeah.
But you could have R2 the pilot of it, because technically he could fly it on his own.
Well, I can see it being both.
Yeah.
And don't get me started with that bullshit Book of Boba Fett shit where fucking Grogu sat in the fucking pilot seat and got flown back to Mando. That was so stupid. But I can either see it being Farm Boy or them releasing a pilot Luke that maybe would enhance the Biggs Wedge, some kind of Biggs Wedge pilot Luke team with a couple others, maybe Lando in there or something.
Because I feel like just characters in general, there's so many characters in the game that I feel like should be a lot better than they are. And Wedge and Big ships are definitely one that I think should be a lot better than they are.
So my theory is that we're not getting a capital ship, that we are getting Red 5, and that Red 5 will be a legendary, kind of like what Millennium Falcon was, because that's the only legendary singular ship that we have in the game. I see them doing that and it lifting up Home 1, and that gives them an opportunity. You can release all kinds of marquees, piloted ships, non-piloted ships, B-Wings, A-Wings. Also, bring in some marquee pilots that could lift up other ground troops. So I could see them making a lot of money off of it. So that's my theory on the next ship meta, but I'm usually wrong. But mark it here that I might be right.
Let's talk about the war criminal that's next. I mean, the known war. I can't say his name. It's war criminal. It says right there, war criminal. So it's no war. No, can't say it. It's definitely war criminal. And you've got him at R9. I don't know whether this is a nod to Celiac Sarah as well, just because it pisses Zareth off. But at the same time, it's quite funny, so I do like it.
Depends.
But yeah, war criminal. I can't say his proper name. It is war criminal.
Well, the fact that he's R9 is impressive, no matter what the answer is. I just want to say that. And he's a tank, so I mean, the team's good now.
No, he's not a tank.
He's not?
He's support.
Support. I thought he taunts.
He taunts, but he's not a tank.
He's tanky, but he's not tank.
Fucking, as soon as you think I got down in a kit, I just get thrown a curveball. Either way, he's tanky-ish.
Learn your kits. Learn your kits, Bones.
I mean, the fact that he has the highest kill count in the entire Star Wars universe has to be it. And he's lovable. You want to pinch his little metal cheeks. He'll slaughter your enemies and make you want to pinch his cheeks right afterwards. So that's my answer.
So the real answer is I just think it's fucking hilarious that I have an R9 chopper. That's the real answer.
I agree. But
it was for TB. But when they asked about who would R9 chopper, I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. Because I personally just like having, like, you have your characters you gotta relic up, but I like having one that I get to do every once in a while that I'm like, this is just fucking awesome. And Chopper was one of them. I actually do use Chopper. Randomly in a lot of different teams, but
what's interesting is like your we could say like meme characters you've done things with ended up getting really good lifters and stuff. So like Candyman got Maul, Chopper got Captain Rex. So they're actually very useful in the end. Yeah,
I mean Chopper, I did it for TV, but I just like having an R9 Chopper. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Also, there's a lot of characters where I'm like, oh, you R9 them? You're like, props to you, buddy. But like an R9 Chopper, I'm not like cringing at it. Like I'm a little jealous of it, to be honest.
Probably a lot of people are cringing at it, but I just.
Oh, I'm cringing at the war criminal.
I like it.
All right.
I think it's fun.
Next up,
last one.
Finally, the final one of OG Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to say a lot of your reasons are for in-game reasons. He was one of the first...
Well, I'll tell you, he was specific. I told Mike he specifically had to be in this spot.
Specifically in the ninth spot.
Does he take up the rear when he's fighting people? Like, does he stay behind and fight?
Think about what you're saying, please, Bones.
That's a technical term, though, okay?
Phrasing, mate. Phrasing.
Now you throw me off.
He's not freaking taking the rear.
I thought I was going to have the spot on, and now you just threw another curveball at me. Like, I'm not going to be right. My reasoning is he was one of the first really amazing squad arena metas. His leadership.
Why would he be in the 9th spot then? Because of that.
Well, this is before you told me that, so I still have no answer for that. This is just what I was going to say, anyways. And
God, has Avant just hit it on the head? Is it a nod to when Fives had to be in the final spot for his sacrifice bonus?
No.
No. Right. Okay. So,
just like
you're a while off.
Just like the other 8, we're going to be wrong.
You guys probably won't get this at
just
all.
like the other 8, we're going to be wrong. But mine is, even though it's wrong, he was one of the first big meta leads.
I'll tell you this, it has nothing to do with the game. At all.
Damn it.
It's got nothing.
I'm done.
It's got nothing to do with the game.
Womp Rat, what's yours, man?
I have no clue, but I'm assuming it's something to do with the Clone Wars.
Has nothing to do with Star Wars. Well, it does a little bit. But the reason why it's in the 9th slot does not have anything to do with Star Wars.
Go on. Go on.
Jesus, just tell us.
9's my favorite number, and Rex is my favorite character. That's why I went in the 9th slot.
Fair enough.
Okay, but why is he your favorite character?
I just think he's awesome. I love the clones. I loved Clone Wars. And Rex was always my favorite. His loyalty and like just how he is, I loved it. I loved him as a character.
So are you a Bad Batch fan?
Like the TV show?
Just any
of it. Or
it.
like the...
I guess. I guess
Season 1 I liked. I was so excited when Rex appeared in it. But I
thought he was
Bad
part
Batch,
of it.
I don't think I...
Is he not part of the Bad Batch? Oh, okay.
No.
Oh my god, bye.
I don't watch them. You guys have made me hate them. Originally, I didn't have a problem with them. You guys have made me a calloused man over the years to where I just despise them.
Oh my god.
Not to mention, Kate, they're coming out with another Bad Batch team.
I will use a spray on your Bones. Be good.
Anyway.
Okay, so
yes,
Rex is cool. I agree. He can Rexolate you. He gives you lots of turn meter. He also debuffs you, so...
Yeah, I mean, my reasoning had nothing to do with how he is in the game. I just really like him as a character. And I've Nine's been my favorite number for years. When I played soccer, I wore number 9 through my whole playing career. So yeah.
Did you throw up a 9
Fair enough.
sign? Did you do this whenever whenever you hit a goal?
Isn't that 69?
However, I can't do it really. It's hard to do. I don't. Yeah, 69. That's not what I meant. I meant 2 9s, but it came from 7. Anyways, awesome 3x3, Kate. That took way too long, but we appreciate
Just got the dog, guys.
your love for the game and your love for Star Wars. Are we moving on, or what are we doing now? Is this a transition?
Jeez.
Is this the transition point?
All right. So over the last, basically one of the biggest things with Kate, obviously she's rolling in a lot better circles than we are.
I don't know about that.
We
even
see her
guild-wise, I
rolling.
guess.
She's hating.
What is your impressions now, like 2 weeks into the new updates now? We've had a few little bit tweaks and stuff like that, but like general overview, what are your thoughts on it?
I don't hate it. I actually think there's parts of it that are really nice. I think I'm getting used to it. I just, in general, never really look too much at the stuff in the game as a negative. Just kind of how I am. I'm like, if I really start looking stuff super negatively, like I'll think to myself, like, why am I playing? Do I still really want to play? If I start looking at like everything negatively. So I personally like the update. I think that it was. When I was talking with Zareth about it on the Create Expectations, I kind of look at it like as a tech refresh, because you need to make changes in order to move the game forward. And I think as long as the changes are saving personally me time in the game, I'm all for it. At first I took it kind of bad because I was like, what is going on? Like, I'm never going to reach this end crate of this episode or whatever it is. But now that I've had some time with it, I don't mind it as much. I like that, like how they have, the episode quests where it's like every week. I like that I don't need to buy the pass in order to reach them. Like, yes, there's obviously stuff that they're going to benefit people who buy the pass. Because, like, if you didn't, why would you buy the pass? There's no incentive to buy it if they just made everything equal for the free-to-play and the people who pay for stuff. But I like that I can still attain it. It just takes me longer. So I'm okay with it. And I actually like the rewards on the track because they're more like mods and Gear 12 pieces based, which I like.
Yeah. Do you know what level you are at the moment, off the top of your head?
14, I think. I didn't do the dailies today, so I'll probably go up to 15 by the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I think that was one of what everybody sort of worried, that the free-to-play wouldn't get high enough through that sort of track to even break even, really, right?
And that was my concern, because when I first was looking at it and we didn't really know like black challenges and stuff, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to obtain this crate. Like, I'm trying to do all the math and it's not mathing for me. So I'm like, what is going on? And it's going better now, I would think. So I personally don't mind it. I like the rewards in the track for the free-to-play. I like that they're mod. They're 12 piece based, and there's some Omicrons in there, which, quite frankly, with how lazily I was playing before this update went into effect, anything benefits me. I was not doing galactic challenges regularly. Like, I would miss them. I was not getting my tickets in for the day a lot of the time with my OG account because I'm like, I'd forget. I'd run out of time. But now I actually have incentive to get it done. And I was pretty bad with my like GACs, like just not performing badly with them, but I wouldn't get them done. I would forget about the rounds, forget to sign up. I feel like now I have a little bit more incentive to play. But with that said, I don't know if that's a temporary boost for me or if that's going to be a long-term boost. Like, you know how like when
Yeah.
new stuff comes out, you're like, oh, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try hard and get it. I don't know if that's going to fade out for me once we get past like this first episode.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But I kind of had crazy couple months. So yeah, I slacked a lot. So any kind of rewards I'm getting, I've already gotten more Omicrons now than I've probably gotten in a couple months. So I can't complain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's sort of setting us up for the next, maybe not 9 years, but do you think this is their step to go, all right, let's look forward for the next 3, 4, 5 years sort of thing to
I
try and
think
have
they're
the game
getting
around?
more of a structure for like releasing new characters. They're making their like foundation essentially for moving the game forward. So
Yeah.
and obviously they're gonna have plans. They already have them out 2-3 years, I'm sure. They already know what they're doing. So
Yeah.
I think it's just
What were you
building the
saying, Bones?
foundation to have more of a consistent, like know what to expect. And then I know Bones has said I think it's a similar structure to MSF, which I haven't played.
Yeah.
But
Not the
I've heard
counter.
quite a few people say that where like it's
Yep.
very similar.
Hey,
So-
someone else said it besides me, so that means something.
I've heard a
still
couple people
counts.
say it. I've heard a couple people say
No.
it. It wasn't just Bones.
Kate, there's a thing on the show where they have an MSF counter. So every time I say MSF, they put it on the
Not it
counter.
again.
Ah,
Yeah.
But it wasn't me this time.
Anyway,
But no, it's not just MSF. Okay, it's actually every fucking mobile game out there has a battle
yeah,
pass.
but it was like that was just the first one I could think of.
So I was
that I've
actually
also heard of.
quite surprised they haven't done this sooner. It's just they're kind of doing it differently. It's more complicated. They've made it too complicated than it needs to be. I'm sick of discussing it in further detail, but yeah, it's all right. Like you said, I'm getting used to it. I'm honestly more just sick of talking about the pros and cons of it, and you know, it's really angered a lot of people. Even I'm sick of being negative about it, whether it is or not. But they've made those changes that we told you about earlier, and it's looking a little bit better. So I'm not too bad about it. But I do want to say that I don't think they're setting this up for the long term. There's a reason why they're giving you $200 packs for 44k crystals. There's a reason why things are getting given to you with money. Is because I think they're setting up for the short term. To be honest, guys, I think they're gonna throw out as many characters as they can in a short amount of time because that's what their new cadence is. They're gonna try to get as much.
Let me
money
guess,
as they
and
can.
Bones thinks they're gonna shut down the game.
Not anytime soon. I'd say there's at least 5 years left. I think in 5 years you're gonna have most of the characters you can think of released. And I mean they're I'm not trying to be negative, okay, but like they're taking things away from us in raids and other things. I'm not just talking about this update. They're taking things away from us and they're making us work on characters every 6 to 8 months for assault battles, for raids, for whatever, to break even on things. This isn't about the newest thing. This is what they've been doing. Instead of giving
Look,
us a
they're at the end of the day, they're a company. They gotta make money.
I look at that from every time. I look from that aspect all the time. But they've also made $4 billion, and I've played other games that are much friendlier than this, and they've made half that money. So, we want to talk about MSF. They've made less money than that, and they are one of the friendliest mobile games I've ever played. They actually compensate you. They don't compensate anymore in this game. Let's not get into this. Let's not get into it, but I don't think it's going to be around for another 9 years. Let's say that. It's got about another 5, I would say. And then after...
But realistically, how many mobile games are around for 9 years?
Yeah, exactly.
How
Yeah.
many?
Yeah, I agree.
it's none.
But here's the thing.
This one's actually been around a lot longer than a typical one.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
And what's going to happen is I've been around 3 hero collectors that have started and then shut down. What happens is they'll quit updating the game completely. They will not add anything. They'll just keep the server live, and they'll keep the TWs going, the grand arenas going, but nothing new content will be added. And people will keep this game going without any updates being added for another 5 years. And they'll just keep getting passive revenue because I've seen it with lesser games. And when the game
Stop being a negative Nancy.
when the game's this big, it will never actually die. But they could quit updating it, and people will still they'll probably make hundreds of thousands a month, even if they don't.
And
update
if
it.
they quit updating it, they quit updating it, and then you move on with your life.
It's just my predictions.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's not being negative. I'm just giving you my prediction of what's going to happen.
You know how you can tell Bones' rant's coming? You know, like, I'm not racist, but that anytime he goes, you know, I'm not trying to be negative, but.
Yes.
Yeah.
That, and did you notice every single time he's about to rant, he messes with his hat?
No.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I'm stressed out.
He's got a tick.
You're stressing me out, man.
It's like the stressed out, like.
So does that mean every time he messes with his hat, I need to put the timer on? And just
Sounds like a
put
plan.
the timer on like that.
Just hit mute, guys. Just hit mute. No one wants to hear it.
Yeah, I'm watching his hat now, guys. I'm watching his hat.
That's funny you say that. Now I'm gonna. I won't even notice I'm doing it.
Yeah.
No, now you're gonna watch out for it. You're gonna like, I'm not gonna mess with my hat.
I'm about to rant. I'll see it before it even comes. I'm about to rant. Sorry to make it all negative and stuff, but I do. I agree with you, Kate. Where that it's not as bad as I once thought. They made some things, and that's about all I have to say about that. We'll be fine.
And I mean, if they're going to tweak things, like I said, Wombrad and I basically said last week, you know, let us run through a month and see whether people are hitting, you know, equivalent or better or worse or whatever the situation might be. Let's run it through just to see, because like they've done with the galactic challenges and the dailies, they've tweaked that a little bit to make it easier on players who can't reach the high or don't want to spend the money, that sort of stuff. So I think they'll tweak things as it goes through, as people complain, obviously. So
yeah, but the big thing also I look at is you have to also give people a little extra who are paying for the stuff. Like, you can't just expect the same thing for free to play and the people who pay, or else there's no incentive to pay for the pass.
Yeah.
So.
And that is something that you've definitely got to look at. And it's like, I've had people when we've been talking about it saying, oh, the gates need to go and the pass needs to go and they can't gate it behind Huyang. And I keep saying to people over and over again, one gate is fine. If they gate it and say you must have the pass to get this feat, that is.
I don't like that feat, but it is what it is.
They can't be going, oh yeah, you've got to have Huyang and you've got to spend the pass. That is bullshitty.
I think that's why I like
one or the other.
Yeah, that's why I like messaged Jared. I was like, what the fuck is this? Because it was the pass and the like, it was gated behind not only the pass, but how many stars your Huyang was. And then I was also, I think, pissed about, what was it, Tuscans or something? I'm like, they picked the factions that nobody fucking has.
Yeah, they picked
like
Tuscans.
If there's a faction nobody has, they picked that, and then they picked Jawas. I'm like, what the fuck?
Not only did they pick Tuscans, but they made the fourth and final feat get 150 momentum, which is only tied behind Tuscans as well.
Yeah.
Or Boba Fett Scion, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. More people have Tuscans than that piece of crap. That is one of the worst tunes in the goddamn game. So everyone's like, or Scion Django.
If you've been playing since his Conquest, you should at least have him from.
I have him at 7-star. I have him at Gear 1 though. So.
But that's where some of my Tuscans are on my OG account. I literally had him at Gear 1, level 1. Like, they weren't worked on at all.
Wolf says he's good as a boss in TV. I know he's a boss in TW, but I am a player who despises the mode. I've been playing for 9 years. I don't have a single TW Omicron, and I'm proud of that.
I think Avant's got the right point. It's like they started the system with 3 super hard galactic challenges.
Yeah.
I think if they would have picked even just a different faction. Like, now I think it's Galactic Republic. If they would have started with Galactic Republic, I think that would have went over a little bit better.
No, I agree. Yeah, for sure. But do we have to keep talking about this?
The other co-host isn't impressed by your view, Bones.
What are you talking about? My review.
Your view on the challenges.
Yeah,
He's just not impressed.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Most people aren't. My wife's never impressed with anything I do. It's the story of my life.
That's sad.
Right.
I was waiting, like, come on, someone's got to laugh at that one.
Yeah.
Come on.
He tried to make a funny out of it, and it failed.
Yeah.
Do we have to keep talking about the new update?
Oh, hang on.
Can we move on?
No.
All right.
Have you got anything else you want to add, Kate? Anything you found interesting or think that they could improve on?
I got to get through the end of the episode and see where I end up, and then I'll be able to give like a better take on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Something
I
else.
think
Something else.
that is the way to do it.
Hold on, everyone. Someone go first.
You go first. Bones?
What were you saying, Walt?
I was just saying, I think that is the definite way a lot of people need to look at this, is to allow it to go through this one. They may make more changes. They're obviously looking at what the community's reception of it is. So at the end of the day, we've just got to see if they change anything. More importantly, let them actually deal with it. And as a community, stop doing knee-jerk reaction of, oh, this is shit, because
That's
it's
always going to
obvious that they're
happen.
going to look at it.
Womp rat,
It's always
shit.
going to happen.
It's shit. I'm not going anywhere.
Everybody should know by now, the community has such a knee-jerk reaction to everything in this game. It doesn't matter what it is. It is everything.
Yeah.
And before you tell me to go play another game, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to tell you how much it sucks. Okay? But I'm always
I'll
going to
just
be
get
here.
the squirt bottle out and spray it. I'll just get the squirt bottle out and spray your bones.
But,
Did he mess with his hat?
No, he's not messing with his hat.
Alright, so
I
no
was
rant.
looking for
We're
it.
good. We're good.
but
Alright.
I wanted to say something. Someone says something
There's the...
There's the hat.
That was me being funny. That was me being funny. I don't know. All I was going to say is about just make Omicrons for old characters again. We were talking about Omicrons. Someone said something about that, and like I missed that. It's kind of random, but I wish they would bring back Omicrons for old characters. There's so many that could use an Omicron, but now it's just
Did enjoy when they released like old Omicrons on like the old characters.
Yeah,
it was so much fun.
Yeah, like we were talking about Womp earlier, but
like make them actually ones people would use. Like there's some that they added where I'm like nobody's
like Luminara. I was so excited.
Maybe
about Luminara.
some people would use it for like lower GP, like early game. There are some that specifically they would use versus like end game users. But ones that just nobody uses, don't even bother adding them.
No, I agree. But like the Luminara one, it looked cool. It sounded cool. I was excited for it, but like there's no place for it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that was useless. But like Bodhi Rook, let's turn Bodhi Rook into a Rebel Imperial probe droid. Let him blow himself up.
Turn him into something. He's awful.
He's my #1 most hated character in the game. Don't get any ideas,
really?
Mike.
He could do.
For R9. Not like lore wise.
What he could do is make him a pilot.
Yeah, that as well.
Because he's actually a pilot as opposed to like some of them.
Yeah, so like not
he
lore
is
wise.
the pilot.
Yeah, that's literally what he was known for in the movie. He's the pilot.
Yeah.
So not lore wise.
Pilot.
Just
the pilot.
Yeah.
Just game wise, he's terrible. I hate him. But anyways, so let's move on.
Do you want to bring up the kit for General Syndulla?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say
have you had
I
a chance to have a look
all.
at this?
No.
Yeah. I only quickly looked over it, and then Womp was reading through it on his stream. So, yeah.
There is this kit. There are some really standout elements, and there are some really good elements to it, and it's giving potentially a really nice idea. But I do have some concerns with the kit. I didn't air them properly on my stream, so that I can air them here.
Is it looking like she's gonna be built into like the GL Ahsoka squad? Is that where it?
Yeah,
I haven't read it at all.
So it looks like
Endgame,
primarily she is going to end up in the Ahsoka squad as a main lead, as potentially even the lead, dependent on Ahsoka's lead. but at the end of the day, it's not amazing. So if Ahsoka's lead is substantially better, then there you go. But she's got so many call-outs to to Spectre, that is definitely going to be in that team.
Okay.
Is one of those.
How about we read the kit first, and then we discuss it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is an important part to read before we get to the kit, and it's the last point about Zeb. So if you scroll down a bit, Bones, it will tell you there's a bit why Zeb didn't get Spectre. And that's the bit you need to read out.
Also,
because
who's reading this?
is
Am I reading it?
incredibly funny.
Am I reading it?
Yeah, you're reading it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your reading day.
You're practicing reading.
She's needed at R5 for GL Ahsoka. She's a leader. Blah blah blah.
And there you go. There.
Whoa.
Up a tiny bit to the Zeb bit.
Why does Zeb not get the Spectre tag?
Yep.
While definitely part of Hera's original Spectre Rebel cell, Zeb's status with her and the rest of the squad during this time period is unknown. Additionally, Phoenix Zeb wasn't someone we wanted to include in either her or Ahsoka's squad.
Is that like maybe an indicator that there's going to be a new Zeb?
Oh, no. Wait for it. All I'm going to say is keep that in mind that they don't want it in this squad. And now, Bones, go on.
They don't want Phoenix Zeb in this squad.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm on with you, Kate. That makes me think that there's going to be a new Zeb, but maybe not. I don't know.
Wait, so hold on. Did they release? Is this the last marquee needed for GL Ahsoka? Is this the last one we're getting?
This is the last one for Ahsoka.
Okay.
At Relic 5 too, which is very nice, not Relic 7.
But yeah, I think we'll get a new. I mean, we've seen a new Zeb in the end of Mando season 3. So I feel like we'll get a new Zeb eventually. All right. So is there anything else you want to see, or are we doing the kit?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
We're doing the kit with buggy video uploads.
Oh, the new Republic thing. So if you scroll back up there, why not create a new Republic tag? And they say if/when we make more new Republic characters, the tag might.
Wait, hold on. I want to see what they say about Chopper because I see Chopper and I have Chopper.
Yeah.
He gets the Spectre tag.
He's getting the Spectre tag.
So
I thought it was going to be something.
So we'll get to that point. But she is for people who aren't going to get GL Ahsoka but can get her. She's going to be a leader for Spectres. So they're adding tags to certain characters, and Fulcrum and Chopper are getting that Spectre tag. They might also.
It's so that you can. It's so that you can make a 5-man team now. That's more what it is.
This also sounds like a new node on TBs.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Chopper with Fulcrum could be freaking terrifying. With this kit, combine that with Ezra's kit, combine that with bloody Sabine, it's going to be that team for now is quite disgusting to even notice.
Do you think they're kind of doing what they did when they released Lord Vader and they released Bad Batch? Kind of like creating a squad within the requirements?
Maybe.
But once again,
I'm more hoping this is like Leia, where it's like, oh look, the marquees literally go to her team.
Yeah.
But it could be both.
Jabba. Yeah.
Because, so what do you have? You have GL Ahsoka. I mean, I didn't read her kit when it came out, but I feel like they're probably going to want to put her with, like, the Padawan Sabine. Who else is there? I don't remember what their requirements are.
Huge Wang, yeah? Say it right, Mike.
Yeah. Okay, so there's 3 for
polite,
this team.
given our...
No, but really, like... So there's 3 for the team. Who else would be on the team?
Are we talking about GL Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think here.
Okay.
GL Ahsoka, Padawan Sabine, Huge Wang, General Syndulla, and...
Ezra.
Yeah, Ezra. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like there's another one. Yeah. That will be the team.
So that's 5s. I wonder for 3s. I guess it'll be like Ahsoka.
Hera will be
Hera
the
will lead 'em.
leader.
And then maybe like
Yeah.
Ezra in that team. Or
Yeah, you're probably right. For 3v3, that's probably why they added Chopper and a Fulcrum for 3v3s. So yeah, Hera will get her. What team that is, I don't know. But Hera will have her 3v3 team. GL Ahsoka will have hers.
oh, here's the Wolf said GL Ahsoka, Hu Yang, Sabine, General Syndulla, Conquest Ezra. Hera lead in 3v3 so you can break them up. Yeah, that's what I was kind of trying to get at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys ready for the kit? I have also not read this yet, so I always like to judge the animations. Her butt's not flat. They're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing here, so I like that. All right, final text. This is the basic. Deal physical damage to target enemy. If the enemy is buffed, call another random Spectre ally to assist and dispel all buffs on the target enemy. On Hera's turn, call a random light side droid to assist, dealing 5% more damage for each active Spectre ally. What's your thoughts there, kids?
Yep.
Go back down to it again.
Oh, sorry. So,
So
dispelling
my
buff.
initial thoughts here were, number one, dispelling buffs. Number two, it's increasing damage. This is going to be used with Hu Yang in the end. It might be Chopper for now, so you got 2 droids potentially. But the damage output on Huge Wang, scary.
That could be scary.
Add damage to that? Yeah, this is... I don't particularly want to see this on defense scary.
I'm just saying the dispel.
Oh, I'm excited. I get to use my chopper, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was saying earlier, all your meme characters are coming through for you. So yeah, that R9's gonna help.
That.
All I'm noticing is this dispel all buffs on target enemy. That's pretty good on a basic. So, anything else?
Keep going.
No, other than that, really good. Oh look, broken video.
Yeah, we don't even know what this one looks like because you really can't do it.
It's a secret.
Also, Pinky but no brain. Thank you for the sub, my friend. Hope all is well. We appreciate you. Welcome to the hut. The Hut Cartel, the Hut's Hangout, whatever the fuck we're called. All right, next up. This is Special 1, Pulling Rank. Dispel all debuffs on target Spectre ally, and they gain defense up and tenacity up for 2 turns. Target ally gains 10% offense and 10 speed for 1 turn, and an additional 10% offense and 10 speed for each debuff dispelled this way. Then inflict blind on target enemy at the end of their next turn for 2 turns.
Keep going. There's more.
Oh, sorry. Spectre
It's
ally.
badly spaced.
Spectre allies who have defensive up and tenacity up, dispel them and gain perfect defense for 2 turns, which can't be copied. What does perfect defense do? Plus 200% defense.
Ooh.
Resist detrimental effects and immune to defensive up and tenacity up. Oh shit.
Ooh.
That's pretty good. Womp Rat, what do you gotta say about that one?
As an ability goes, you're not going to get much better. It's removing debuffs. For every debuff, you're gaining speed. Say you've got 10 or 15 debuffs, which is easily possible with some of the teams you'll go against. Like 150 speed on anybody in a Spectre team? Shit. You're going to potentially outrun GLs.
That fucking defense, too?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the offense. What you
But
gotta
then also
remember
think
is
about your Datacron. You're going to have a Datacron on top of this, and they've been running defense and offense crons. That could be nasty.
the scary part here is you think of the offense. You think most GLs in a team are between 10, 15k offense. What if that's 100% offense on something like the new Ahsoka?
Yeah.
What if she is one of those 15k offense ones? Congrats. 30k offense? Oh, that's gonna kill. That's gonna hurt.
GL Ahsoka's gonna be a tank, we think.
I was about to say, did they say if she's an attacker tank?
There's hints to that further down.
Well, there's no hints.
There's hints to what she is.
There's no hints. They have
Plus
said
the 300% offense for their TW.
They haven't.
they have too.
Everybody.
They said that she's a tank. They've said it.
No,
Where?
they said Balin would be a tank. I have gone through every post that mentions GL Ahsoka. There is not a single time they've said she's a tank.
Chat.
And I've shown this.
Chat. Because we've discussed this many times. She's a tank. Have we gotten any tanks for her yet? Have any of the characters that come out of tank?
There's no tanks for her team, but...
Tell your sister. Tell your sister. Bones was right.
Because the one where everybody's saying that she said, I pulled up. So they said in the Balin one she was a tank. No, they said Balin was a tank in that one. They announced GL Ahsoka in it, but it's like, what?
Listen, buddy.
And then people start realizing they haven't confirmed it yet.
I understand what you're saying, but look in the chat. Avant knows what he's talking about. Wolf knows what he's talking about. I remember it. They said, I don't know where. They don't remember either. They said she will be a tank. It wasn't like an official announcement.
Let's go with the assumption. Let's run under the assumption she's a tank.
Yeah.
Let's just run under the assumption she's a tank.
Well, there's more further down that points to that she's very likely to be a tank.
Okay. Well,
so there is pointing out that she's very likely to be a tank. But even then, you take something like Balin, who is a tank that isn't a GL, he's still over 10k offense.
Yeah.
It's still a scary amount of offense. And if she's a tank, you're going to take her to R9, which means you're going to have the maximum base offense out there. You start modding it up for a bit of offense, it isn't going to take a lot to be stupid.
Yeah. Yep, that new buff, perfect defense, sounds pretty insane. You're also resisting detrimental effects.
Yeah.
And remember, we don't even know what GL Ahsoka's kit is yet.
I thought they released something of her kit.
No.
Nothing on GL Ahsoka yet.
I think there's a hint, Kate, on one. They gave a hint as what she will be doing. I want to say fracture, mass fracture or something. Maybe that's another character, but they gave a hint to something that she does.
Yeah,
a long time ago. But all right,
it's in the next few abilities where they start giving huge hints. So let's go to the next one.
Listen, guys, Hera's not just going to sit around, but she will leave her kid by herself with a robot to go take care of her whatever the hell she's doing in the show. All right, final text. Deal true damage to all enemies. Then remove 50% turn meter from all enemies that have 50% or more turn meter. Dispel fracture from all enemies and then inflict the target enemy with fracture until each other enemy has taken one turn or they are defeated, which can't be dispelled, evaded, or resisted. If the target enemy has no other active ally, inflict fracture until General Syndulla takes her next turn. The strongest ally tank taunts and gains protection up 50% for 2 turns.
So if we're running with the assumption that Ahsoka is going to be a tank. Cool. Okay.
So yeah.
She, none of the other Spectre that have been announced are tanks at all.
So somebody has to be a tank.
Yeah. Yep. And she's the only person left, right? So she is the only tank taunting, so
that is true. Chopper is a tank. No, we said Chopper's a support.
Yeah.
No, he's not a tank.
Chopper's a support.
Yeah.
He's tanky and taunt, but he's
tanky.
Yeah, Deshelm, I already made that mistake earlier in the show. He does tank things, but he's a support. Yeah.
But this is the thing, it's are they going to make that mistake? Have they not checked? Well, I'm hoping they have, to number one, but honestly, right now, you never know.
But here's also how I look at it a little bit. So our last GL was Leia. I kind of look at it as Leia and Jabba went hand in hand, but when they released a new GL in the pair, it always seemed off balance. They were always overpowering the other JPLs. So I think we're just continuing that trend.
Oh, I think he's going to
Well,
be
the
insane.
other thing
She's
is,
going to be insane.
the other thing is, Zeb is actually a tank.
But doesn't have the
Zeb
Spectre.
is.
But doesn't have
Yeah.
the Spectre tag.
Oh, so maybe
Well, doesn't
that's
have
why
the
they're.
Zeb-
Is that maybe why they're calling out, like, they're not giving him the Spectre tag and all that?
We don't know. But yeah, Zeb is technically a tank, but wait until you see the next bit because it just gets funny. Because as we read, and I said to remember, they said they don't want him in this team. And you're about to see hilarity.
Well,
God.
so continuing on with this move, though, deal true damage is always amazing. Removing turn meter is always amazing. And I get that
fracture.
But I like. Does Balin fracture?
Nope.
Okay, then I swear that I read that in one of these, because they do a worse job than ever putting out information. You have to find it all over the place. I'm pretty sure they hinted that she does. Ahsoka will do a mass fracture, like an AOE fracture.
That was Leia.
Leia.
Leia gives AOE fractures?
Yeah, off Ultimate.
Yeah, her ult.
That shows you how much I know. Well, she's also on defense all the time. Never mind. Then just put that other. But yeah, so she's fracturing, which is an insane debuff for the longest time.
So something that I pointed out, we've got a lot of we've got interaction further down with Exile as well. We've got interaction here with Fracture. This is not the first time we've seen him start to hint in a kit before the GL, saying, by the way, this is going with that GL. We all know that she's going to go with the GL. By the way, here's the rest of it. So I honestly think we may see Glat playing with Exile. We may see her playing with Fracture because there's a bit further down where I sat there and went, we have no ability to do that yet. Yeah, there is ways we can do it, but it's like, actually, we have no ways of forcing it more. So just maybe, she's going to play with Fracture, play with the Exile mechanic. It is looking more and more likely, which is going to be really ridiculous. And I'm quite looking forward to it.
So, I'm just asking, does she need to be slow to keep that fracture on longer? Because the fracture will stay there until she takes her next turn.
Yeah, so the usual rule with Fracture characters is you want them as slow as you can get them. So, like with Thrawn, he finally takes a go and shuts down your fastest character, or shuts your tank down, or shuts your leader down, and it's like, now you're fucked. Because that will be dead before it gets another go. But do you want her slow? So far, all her abilities are just too good to do that to her.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
doesn't
like,
sound like you want her slow.
It's like, you've got that choice of, I can shut somebody down for a long time, or I can actually use the other abilities, which are really good. And
Yeah.
I don't know where I stand yet. I need to play with her. And that's part of why I'm so looking forward to this update. I want to sit and play with this character to go, maybe I want a fast, maybe I want a slow. And I'm probably going to try different builds out with her and go, let's make her stupidly fast, and then let's make her slow and see how it actually does.
Okay.
So,
and that's what's going to happen when she gets released. And then Ahsoka's all of them together. Once you have the whole team, people are going to test different mod loadouts and see what works best for these characters. So, it'll take some time, but we'll figure it out.
We are the testers. Okay. Anything else to say about that?
The last, one of the lines. If the target enemy has no other active allies, inflict fracture until General Syndulla takes her next turn. So she can give it? Doesn't necessarily mean that Ahsoka's going to give out fracture.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that it's 100% that Ahsoka's going to give it, but it's just a big hint towards maybe Ahsoka's going to have it.
Yeah, you guys called me out into the chat. I was just thinking of Leia for some reason. I'm a year behind, guys. I'm always a year behind.
Yeah.
So next year, I'll be talking about the GL Ahsoka kit when we have Thrawn.
When we're getting whatever else new stuff.
Thrawn.
When we're getting the Bad Batch.
Thrawn's next. Okay, all right, let's move on. Unique 1, unauthorized mission, and this has a Omicron. At the start of each Spectre ally's turn, they gain 40% defense penetration if they have Exile or Perfect defense until end of their turn. Whenever a Spectre ally with perfect defense uses a special ability, they deal true damage to all enemies, which can't be evaded. While a Spectre ally or Zeb is taunting, all the other non-taunting Spectre allies and Zeb have a 25% defense. Whenever a buff is dispelled from an enemy, Spectre allies and Zeb gain 15% turn meter. Whenever enemy units have their turn meter manipulated, a random Spectre ally gains defense up and tenacity up for 1 turn. Whenever perfect defense expires on a Spectre ally, they gain benefits based on their role. If they are an attacker, they get offense up for 2 turns. If they're a tank, they get protection up 50% for 2 turns. If they're support or a healer, speed up for 2 turns. So that's just the basic without the Omicron.
So they're basically
we'll cover that
locking Zeb
first.
behind the Omicron?
No, he has a load of call-outs before it. There is even more for TW, but
Yeah, we haven't
like the thing that I wanted to really point out here is right at the top. They said they didn't want it in this team. They didn't want it in GL Ahsoka's team. Then why the fuck would a unique have so many call-outs?
This is
Oh, this is even before they call out the Omicron.
yeah.
Oh, I just realized that.
This is for the
That's
people who
interesting.
aren't getting GL Ahsoka, so that you can have a full 5-person squad. That's going to be your tank with Hera lead, in 5v5. If you don't have GL Ahsoka, obviously if you have GL Ahsoka, it's going to be different. But if you want a full blown 5v5 squad without GL Ahsoka, that's why they're putting it in there. I get what you're saying.
But
They-
this could also... People are still going to test with Zeb in the GL Ahsoka squad because he's a tank, and there's a lot of callouts to tank boosters
In this kit.
I get what you're saying, but because that in all the other kits, everyone has to be a Spectre. This is the only kit, so one person has this call out. So you're going to be losing out on a lot of stuff if you put Zeb in instead of even Chopper. You'd rather have Chopper.
But here's here's the thing. How many kits do you know already that use characters that are not tied to their like call outs in the kit that just work better in the kit than what should work there?
No, I get you.
And it's like the main one there is like if you could build like the ultimate Starkiller team because you've got shit left over, you can make some very dirty teams. It's like usually you settle for old Ben as your Jedi. What if you could use General Kenobi? Well, that's even more annoying to now get around. And then you go, well, I'd usually settle for Visa Smart, but now I can settle for ridiculously high up like CLS. And it's like, shit, if I'm allowed to play with shit, and this is why GLs are so great, when they come round, we will strip teams to give them certain characters. Like, my Zeb lives on defense because you add Zeb to a normal Phoenix team, and he becomes a bit more of an annoying pain in the arse on defense. But you have this many call-outs, it's going to be very likely we're going to want to test him in the GL Ahsoka squad just because of all the call-outs. It's like, congrats, let's see how dangerous he really is.
Well, that's them for you.
So the whole you're telling me not to use them, and now you're making me want to use them. So
yeah. And that's before you read the TW shit. And anybody that loves TW, you're gonna want to add this and run Zeb with them right away because it's even more busted. So Bones, continue reading. Let's watch people's faces drop as they suddenly realize it's fucking broken.
Like when you told Kate not to look up the video of the giant Furby, it's like you're telling me not to do it, so now I have to try it.
Go on. Okay. Read the TW one and not want to add it.
All right, so this is added to everything we said for Territory Wars. so I could care less. Spectre allies and Zeb have another Zeb have 100% counter chance and potency. Whenever a Spectre ally or Zeb recovers health, other Spectre allies and Zeb recover half of the amount at the end of that turn. Whenever a Spectre ally or Zeb attacks out of turn, they remove 15% turn meter from target enemy, excluding Galactic Legends. The first time a Spectre ally or Zeb loses all their protection, they recover 50% protection. Whenever a Spectre ally or Zeb is stunned, they dispel them and inflict buff immunity and healing immunity for 1 turn on all enemies.
Right. So I'm just going to point something out in Zeb's kit for you. Zeb has a bonus mat protection equal to 40% of his max health and recovers 15% protection at the start of his turn. Luckily, this isn't health, but Chopper, on the other hand, is. Chopper on this team triggers this TW army all the time. Can you now see why Chopper is going to live on this team? Your R9 Chopper is actually going to create problems for people.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
what people
but
come up with.
we'll see how it all ends up when we actually get the characters and test it, because there's been team comps in the past where I've been like, this is gonna be fucking awesome, and then I use it, I'm like, all right, this one actually works better. So.
Yeah,
and just like
and
the evolution.
this is the thing.
But could this be a case of CG giving us, if we take GL Ahsoka out of the equation completely for most people, right?
Yep.
Or for the next 6, 12 months, whatever, is this Hera leading a team of Zeb, Chopper, Fulcrum?
So my initial thoughts when I read this, I'm going to pull it up. So Hera, Zeb, Chopper, Sabine, and Ezra Bridger. Done.
Okay.
And then you're always calling Chopper to assist. You've got Sabine doing the other bits for this kit. You've also got Ezra doing other bits that benefit this kit. And then you've also got the health regen. You've also got the protection on your one and only tank. You're basically fucking with people with this ability.
So then when you get Ahsoka, who are you rotating out?
In TW, not a fucking clue. That is going to be more time testing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, do I want to have Chopper that's triggering this ability because it's a unique? It's not a leadership. So we've not even got to the worst bit yet. We're actually always running this. Or do I want to swap out Zeb and not have it? And it's like, I'm potentially going to swap Zeb out.
Yeah.
And see how it works. And then potentially swap in Zeb for Chopper and bits like that. But it's going to be like, do we want Hoyang? Do we want Chopper? Do we want Zeb? We've already got this list of how long is this list going to be?
Yeah.
Testing on this is going to be important.
And they've done that with all the GLs recently, right? Like, Lay, you can sort of mix and match. You know, you've got the main 3 and then the last 2 slots are flexible depending on situation. Jabba's the same. Like, you know, we bring in Embo for TW. Obviously, he's not very useful outside of TW. There's all those sort of like bit of flexibility, I guess. So maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe in TW, for whatever reason, Zeb is in the team. Don't know.
Yeah. Only time will tell. But like Leia, remember Leia's thing was Han and Chewie for a long time at first, and then it's evolved, and you know, like there's always this core 3, but you know the 4th and 5th could always be moved around. So I think it's just going to depend what you're wanting to counter, what you're wanting to stop, what mode you're in.
Which I like. I like having different options.
Me too. I agree. I think it's pretty cool.
But it definitely looks like at least this team without GL Ahsoka looks like it's going to be annoying without the key piece. And then when you do get it, I don't know. It could be like Ahsoka's kit could just be nuts, and we just go, all right, well, this is the actual team. I don't know.
Yeah.
And one thing I've never complained
honestly,
about ever is CG and kits. They might be long, they might be convoluted, but they've always done a great job with synergy and stuff. And lately, they've done a great job with newer characters. That if you don't have the team, let's say if you don't have Balin, you can still use Marek with Inquisitors. You can still use Shin Hati with Ufu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're doing a great job with newer characters, making it so that if you are if you're in a different place in the game than being able to get the GL or the legendary, you can still get use out of them, and they are good. So, as
honestly,
as well.
Honestly, I'm sat there thinking, yeah, this kit is very steep and it is very strong, but I think you're very right there. That it's like they gave Fulcrum for free to everybody not long ago. They've tried to make this quite a broad kit. I don't think we'll see a broad kit like SLKL or Ray ever again. Because how many different combinations can you do with their teams? It's insane. But honestly, I think they have done the right thing here, that you're going to be able to plug and play a lot. There's a lot of good call-outs, there's a lot of good kit versatility, and you're not going to be pinned in. Like, if you want to use Chopper, use him. If you want to use Fulcrum, use it. If you want to use bloody Hermit Ezra because you've unlocked it, use it. There's not limitations as such.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next thing. This is Leader. New Republic General. At the start of battle, Spectre allies and Zeb gain 50% max health and max protection, and 150 speed for 1 turn. On their turn, Spectre allies can ignore taunt to target an enemy with Exile or Fracture. I say it too much now.
Ezreal.
At the start of each Spectre allies, At the start of each Spectre allies and Zeb's turn, they gain offense equal to 50% of their defense until the end of their turn. Enemies with Exile and Off Balance deal 20% less damage. If the enemy with Fracture is defeated, remove 100% turn meter from all enemies, which can't be evaded or resisted. Pretty good. Whenever a Spectre ally deals multiple instances of damage on their turn, they inflict 6 stacks of damage over time to the target enemy for 1 turn. The first time a Spectre ally or Zeb's health is reduced to 30%, they recover 50% health and protection. The first time a Spectre ally or Zeb's health reaches 1%, they dispel all debuffs on themselves, gain damage immunity for 1 turn, takes a bonus turn, and then gains 100% offense on their next turn. If an enemy is defeated in this turn, that ally recovers 50% health and protection. Otherwise, that ally is defeated. For some reason, Wampri has become a banana. I think his mind has become banana mush after reading this kit.
What are you on about, Bones? Come on. Really?
Your green screen's messing with it, though.
Yeah, I know my green screen's just having a hiccup at the moment, which I'm just sorting out now. But, Bones, there's nothing changed. I don't know what you're on about.
You've always been a banana. I've never questioned that. Inquisitor TK, thank you for the community sub, brother. Love you, man. We appreciate it. All right, so while Womp's trying to figure out his banana, there's a lot to unpack there. Max protection and health. And so they're going to go, your team's probably going to go first, right? Because for 1 turn, you're getting 150 speed.
Yeah, that's going to boost you. Yeah.
They can ignore taunt if you have Exile or Fracture, which seems to be going out a lot. So it looks like...
So that actually, the speed boost is nice in the sense with the Fracture, you can run a slower General Syndulla. Because remember with Thrawn, the whole thing is you wanted him to go first to get the Fracture off?
Yeah.
This is allowing you to do that without specifically focusing on speed.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Yeah.
This is with the General Syndulla lead team, which is really,
So that makes me think she's probably going to be the leader, unless unless Ahsoka's lead is like out of this world, it sounds like it might be Hera.
I was gonna say that. Wouldn't it be funny if she ends up if Hera's the lead, and that'll be a first for GLs, really.
Well, I mean, Hera's higher ranking, right?
Like as a general.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
Not over Ahsoka.
even. Well, wasn't Ahsoka working for the Fulcrum, like for
I
the
don't
Phoenix team in that?
know. I mean, we could.
Yeah,
we-
Wolf's got a good point to it. The no mastery gain, so we'll have to really see what Ahsoka's lead says.
I mean, I could see her not being like overall. If you want to get the most out of your most bang for your buck, I could see people not putting her in with GL Ahsoka and still creating two teams. I could see this happening. I don't know, but we could speculate all day, but we're not going to know until we get her kit, which should be soon. Actually, sooner than what we were expecting because it's coming up in that time. So
Yeah.
So Spectre allies ignore taunt with exile fracture, so that's happening a lot either way.
Yep.
So you're going to be ignoring taunt a lot. They're getting offense and defense. Let me scroll down some more here.
And especially if you're taking the first turn, you're going to then be able to hit whatever that character is.
Yeah.
But then you're going to want to kill them.
The way he said that.
See a lot of testing in our future.
Yeah, it's just hard to tell. If the enemy with fracture defeated, you remove. So this is cool. You want to try to kill the person who has fracture, because if you do, it removes 100% tear meter from all enemies. That's pretty cool. I don't love caveats, but if you can make that work, that's pretty good. They're inflicting stacks of damage, which that's going to help. Earlier we saw her, she dispels debuffs, and then she gets some kind of benefit from it, right?
From her allies, yes.
I have to go all the way back up to see it, but for each debuff dispelled this way, so she gets... Target ally gains 10% offense and 10 speed for a turn, and an additional 10% offense and speed for each debuff dispelled. Then she inflicts blind. So the more debuffs, or that's on your... No, that doesn't matter. Because you're putting it on the enemy team. I don't fucking know. But you're putting out that damage. So I don't know how much that matters.
Just trying to figure out what the 6 stacks of damage over time. Why 6 stacks?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I just can't see where that sort of...
Mary J says with the introduction of General Hera, TM efficiency is a pseudo-stat now. The casuals wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Shut up, Mary J. You are a casual. Get out of here. Who says the casuals? Matthias, what's up, brother? Don't you call me by my government name, Mary.
Oh, Scribe's in.
Scribe, what up? Yeah, TK gave you a subscribe. What were you saying, Juan Pratt?
Like, this ability is insane. It's bringing us into question, like, exactly what her kit is, because there's so many calls for interaction. There's so many things that we want to look at. There's so many different things that it could be. And it's like, this just makes me want to see what the fuck Jill Ahsoka's kit is. Like, now. Like, I don't want to wait. I just want to know. Because, yeah, it's going to be something balmy. It has to be.
So when do you
I'm
guys,
excited.
when do you
It's
guys
gonna be interesting.
when do you guys predict that we're going to see a kit? It's not very long because this is the last character being released.
Well, they still haven't officially announced the 4th set of requirements, have they?
Not
no, there's one missing,
One left.
Okay.
And
which
Once
everybody
they
thinks
release
Plo
that-
Koon.
most of us think it's
Yeah.
Plo Koon.
I don't care. I have him as R8, so whatever.
Yeah, but it's not official. But most of us think it's Plo Koon.
Why him?
Because there's a pack. I don't know where it's at or how to find it or what, but it involves.
It's daily rewards for shards. You're getting 3 of the Ahsoka requirements and Plo Koon. So it's the only one that's a non-requirement.
Could that just be for whatever the next like stuff is after GL Ahsoka? Kind of like
Bad
prepping
Batch.
you.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
just seems random, and it's been around
I
for
don't
a
know.
while now. It just seems really random.
That makes
to
sense
put
because
in there.
they have done that in the past where the login character was related to whatever they were doing in the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what. If I sit
Actually,
there
yeah, no, Trash
most
Compactor's
likely.
right. Plo is the one who found Ahsoka, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
CG
Watching
sometimes
be
doesn't
like
care about
Relic
lore,
9.
but it makes sense to me. Sometimes they do
They
care
have
about
done
lore.
stuff in the past with the character lore for requirements for GLs. They
Yeah.
have done that.
I get sometimes the lore doesn't make sense, but there's a lot of times that they take lore into consideration. So, and also one more thing about Trash Compactor. Thank you for the follow, buddy. One more thing about this kit before we move on. I want you guys to kind of speculate when she's coming out. But the first time an ally or Zeptel reaches 1%, they're dispelling all their debuffs. They're getting damage immunities, so they're pretty much getting a free life. They're getting a bonus turn and getting offense. I guess it doesn't mean they heal though. At the same time,
No. So they need to kill to actually get that 50% heal. Otherwise, they're defeated. So it's basically Paz's ability on steroids. Because it's, oh, look, you managed to kill, you do not die. But if you do manage to kill, well, you've just got 50% health, and the next time you get to 1%, you're going to be dead. So, one of those.
I guess unless there's something in someone else's kit that might heal them when that happens, I guess it's not that great.
Further up, you had whenever people heal, they gain turn meters. So there is going to be other interactions.
Okay.
And that's in the Hera lead too, remember?
Yeah. No, that's in the Hera unique.
What, when they go to 1% health, they get a
so the
second life?
1%. Yeah, so that bit is in the but the healing, the turn meter whenever you get health is in the unique. So you've actually got interaction between the unique and the lead in Hera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So, question for all of you guys: what's your predictions for when they will? Not when she's released, just whenever. Well, either one. When she's released, when we're getting info about her.
Yeah, so I think Monday when the update comes, Scribe hit it on the head that we're going to find out who that last piece is. I think it'll be stupid for us to not know from this update. Whether she'll be unlockable right away, I really don't think so. I'm probably guessing a week, maybe 2. That way, oh look, you've got your time to do that 7 days for getting Hera, so you're not punishing people that don't actually spend heavily. But at the same time, the spenders get the time to actually use her. Then probably either a week, maybe 2, and then it'll just be, here you go, have fun. The reason I also say that is they said it will be in the second part of the era that we're in. So that would be a week after Hera's come out. The week after that is the start of the second part. So potentially 2 weeks, and we'll see her.
Before we continue on, we got a hype train going. Matthias, thank you, buddy. Love you, man. Our special guest host of the show, Matthias, our brother with the hype train. Thank you, buddy. Let's get crunk in here, boys. We got a crunk train going. I appreciate it, brother. So my prediction is 3 weeks she'll be here. Maybe.
When are they releasing Hera?
On Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
Is this Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to have, we might get something. I feel like in a week we'll get a puzzle. The puzzle's going to say Plo or whoever's native last at the bottom, and we're going to get a picture of GL Ahsoka officially. We'll get her ability names. At the bottom, it'll say the last requirement. That'll be next week. And then going into following that, we're going to get her kit. It's going to build a little bit of hype. And then a week after the kit, I would say we're going to officially get her thing. They're not going to give us a long time. They're probably going to give us a week ahead to get hyped up for it and all that stuff. Because they said the end of the year or whatever. A lot of people are saying November, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, it's not going to happen. It's going to work out about perfectly. You're going to get it right before Christmas. Maybe people are going to gift some things to guild mates to help out with the farm and stuff for Christmas, blah, blah, blah. There'll probably be some Christmas packs to help you also get her and all that thing. So it just makes sense to do it right before Christmas. So you can get that before you go spend your Christmas money.
I was about to say, is it like this is what you're going to use your Christmas money on?
Exactly. Right before you spend
They're
it
giving
all.
you it's the time of the year more people are like, I'm going to spend some money and buy myself a Christmas gift.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a good reasoning.
Yep. Yeah. Because they don't want to do it out too late because then all your money's gone. So I think it's
there's also probably data behind that supports people are more inclined to spend a little bit extra and be like, I'm going to get myself a Christmas gift and spend during the holiday time or right before it.
Yep.
That makes sense.
And what better time for a GL Ahsoka? We all love Ahsoka.
Get them before the New Year resolutions of I'm not going to spend any more money on the game. You know that's going to happen.
And then January 5th, you're buying another pack. Yeah, I like that idea. Kate, do you have anything to add to that speculation? Do you agree, disagree?
I think that's pretty good speculation. Also, does anybody else miss the crumb puzzles instead of having puzzles for everything?
Yes.
I miss the crumb puzzles. They were always so you remember getting so excited when you saw Crumb released a puzzle. And you knew it was going to be something good that you didn't know already.
So,
I miss those.
So Womprat's soul just lowered a little bit because he loves every puzzle that he can get his hands on. It doesn't matter how long it takes.
Yeah, I don't like that. We already knew she was being released, and then they still put out a puzzle.
I agree with you.
That's what I don't like. I like when the Crumb ones were just so fun to watch. I didn't know any answers to anything, but it was so cool. I always thought. And then when he had the puzzles all across the world, I'm like, how the heck did he do that? It was so cool.
I agree 1,000%. I think this is watering down that. I like the once a year thing where it was a gigantic thing. It got content creators involved. It got the community involved. Like you said, people are going all over the world finding clues to come together.
I thought that was awesome. That's how you come together as a community.
Yes. But
that was so cool.
But now these puzzles, I get it.
I don't like them. We already know the answer to them before you even do them.
And I get it. Meathead goes, we already had this plan. It didn't work out as planned. Then just scrap it. Because this is watering down something that we love. It's I used to fall asleep at my laptop waiting for the next step. I would wake up and it's still going. This was a several day thing. I remember the last one was really good. The one that had Afra or whatever involved. It had Gridded and Cubs hanging out together trying to solve it.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And I think the Escape podcast was part of it. I think there's probably other ones as well.
We had I want to say I remember me, Grid, Ranger were a part of the puzzle too. Was it 3 of us? Where we played a trivia game where we were a part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
I remember, it was so funny. Yeah, I did a little bit. I remember it had to been, it was still Meathead was involved and Crumb. I forget which one of them messaged me and they're something about being involved in a puzzle. And we all meet up. None of us knew who else was involved. We all jump on a Zoom call. And the first thing I asked Crumb, I'm like, Crumb, is this a puzzle? And he doesn't answer me. I'm like, are we going to be a part of the puzzle? Doesn't answer me, goes through the whole game show, and at the end says something about the puzzle, and I'm sitting there for a second, I'm like, oh, so we are a part of the puzzle. It was so much fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, and they were awesome, but now it's just go ahead, Walbert, go ahead.
The main thing for me is those type of puzzles were brilliant, and we said it before where it's these little puzzles, yeah, some of them have some really cool elements to them. Some of them are like the one that was the Audacity one. It literally required a specific software, and you couldn't pull it off in anything else, which is a cool idea. But it's like these puzzles are literally one step and done. At least if you want to do stuff like this, yeah, the one step and done puzzles, yeah, fine. But give us something bigger. Like every start of these eras, do a real hard puzzle that involves creators that literally the community is scratching their heads from Friday afternoon when it's released, going through the weekend and going, come on, just release whatever the fuck it is on Monday. Because we don't have a freaking clue because we're not done.
It sounds like from one of the latest posts that Crumb probably, I would assume, got a promotion. So he's not working puzzles anymore. I don't know if anybody can create like a Crumb level puzzle. His were insane.
Yeah.
I will tell you now, it's like I'm part of 4 ARGs that are insanely hard. Like we have, like there's one bit that we're at the moment, and it's just code breaking. And we aren't past it yet. And it's like, we are all people that love puzzles to a ridiculous level. And it's like, none of us have broken it yet. It's been up for a month. We get to the stage, it goes in the Discord, and we've been on it for a month solid. And it's like, oh, this is painful because there's no key. But because of what we all do, because of what we love, we don't always need the key, which is great. But it's like, there are people out there that can make some insane puzzles. And it's like, I was joking with before on stream that the puzzle that I've got set up that is literally built into when I'm streaming and can be accessed when I'm not, nobody is past stage 12 yet. There is 23 stages uploaded. And it will even lie to you and say, oh, it's under construction. It's not. That is the next clue. Is literally going to lie to you and say, basically, come on, go find what I'm asking you to find. And it's like, shit. If they literally reached out to anybody in those type of communities and said, are you a Star Wars fan? Yes, right. Do you want to make a huge Star Wars puzzle leading to this, from this, and make it as hard as you can to last 3 days? You reach out to that community, that puzzle is not going to be solved in 3 days. You're going to get to the post on the Monday and your post comes out and everybody's going to be there going, you bastards, whoever made this is a twat. And that's the honest truth of it.
Yeah,
So,
I agree,
yeah.
Womp. So pretty much Womp's saying reach out to him and he will help for free
Yeah.
to do it. Because
Even if they didn't want a creator involved, I would turn around and say, okay, here's the community link. Here's the guy that I speak to when I'm planning my puzzle. Here's the guys that I reach out to when I'm looking for answers for my stupid shit. Because some of those guys actually make puzzles for a living. Like, one of them is literally a engineering tech for one of the much bigger companies that I know very well. I've done work for them. And his job is to create puzzles for guys to learn how to break through firewalls. And some of the puzzles that he makes are insane. Literally
That's
5,
cool.
6, 7 day puzzles where you're sat there for 5 days going, what the fuck's the answer? And you can't just throw it into like ChatGPT and type solve this because it doesn't work. It has no key. It can't work it out. And it's like, kill me now.
That's just the
kill
one
me
thing.
now.
I just wish we could go back to those kind of puzzles and not like the little puzzles that we already know the answers to. Like,
Yeah.
I just remember,
It-
like, you remember, like, during your day and you'd get, like, the post, the notification for the post being like, oh, this is a Crumb puzzle. Like, and you just, like, automatically, like, opened up Twitch, watched, oh, why am I blanking on the name? One of the puzzle masters, or oh my god, I'm blanking on the name.
I don't know because there's a lot that stream it.
No, there's one that specifically streams it, and no, not Fatal.
I was gonna
Sig. Yes.
Oh, Sig. Yeah.
Sig.
Yep. He's the one that runs
Yeah.
the Swugga events. Yeah.
Yeah. and he would stream the puzzles, and it was just the whole community got involved, and there were certain things that actually people like you needed specific people to like they had that skill or they knew it. Like it wasn't just like, oh, this one content creator knows all the answers. Like you got people involved because it was just different stuff. Like one of the puzzles had to do with electrical circuits, and like I went to school for electrical engineering, so I actually was able to look at that and be like, oh, okay. I think I was working at the time, so I wasn't much help, but there's just different stuff that like different skill sets people have, and it got them involved, which was really cool.
And like you said earlier, like it just brought the community together. It was really cool. But unfortunately, whether they intended to do this, whatever happened, it's now where I see a puzzle, I roll my eyes and I go, I solved it. As soon as I see there's a puzzle, I solved it. The last one was, let me guess, General Syndulla's here. Everyone's like, I was like, guys, I've already solved it. You don't even need to go look at it or anything. I've already solved it. It's General Syndulla. It's coming to the game. You know, and
we knew that even before they released the puzzle. Like, we all knew she was coming.
That was my point. And so now I'm rolling my eyes when I see a puzzle where used to I would maybe cancel some plans. I never have any plans. I'm a loser. I stay at home all the time.
People like dropped everything they were doing for the day to solve the puzzles.
Yeah, and I enjoyed. I enjoyed watching content creators that I recognized be part of it, try to solve it as well. They didn't necessarily know. They didn't know the answers. They just would try to figure out themselves while we watched them, and that would send us to another piece. And then another content creator would try to figure something out and send it to another piece. You know, it just kept going. And like I guess we all know how, but I agree. I keep saying this. They have new devs, so I think they're a little out of touch. I get that Crumb's still there. I just think they're a little out of touch with how things used to be. And hopefully,
I don't know if it's out of touch or if it's just they don't have somebody who can do that.
Yeah,
there you go, Womp. Reach out to me.
The thing with making ridiculously hard puzzles that do last, and it's something that I've talked about, and it's like, I've been part of puzzles that have been in development for 3 years before they release stage 1. And we've got to about 3 weeks in and starting to get to where they're up to. And it's like, Jesus Christ, because when you're developing these puzzles, the best you can hope for is 3-4 man teams. And what we can do in a couple of days, you got because of thousands of you trying to do it. Congratulations. It's basically how do you make change a light bulb easily? 1,000 hands make light work moment of 1,000 of you against one of me is never going to win. You are always going to catch up. So these sort of puzzles, if you've got a small team, you need much longer on the puzzle to develop really intelligent puzzles that will stump people. And it's stuff like purposely putting in multi-lanes. So something that I've never seen outside of like the actual community I'm in. We can have a puzzle that will have 30 or 40 solutions that go all over the internet to this different things, giving you all slightly different information. But because, say, Kate has got to this piece and Aussie Mike has got to this piece and Bones has got to this piece, we're all arguing because you're thinking we're all right, but we're all wrong. Because you're wrong because the information's different, but you're wrong because the information's different. And it's not. What you're looking for is a difference between all of them. And the differences between all of them make the new information that you all need. So you have to come together. You can't just go off, solve it once and think, here's my solution. You get to the point where you go, what? And there's no answer. There's nothing forward. But then somebody else comes forward and it's like, there's one word different. And then you notice that word's different. So you take that word and that's my next one. And then you start asking the community. And we had a puzzle where there was a whole page of A4 text. And every single copy had one word different. And it was like, oh, fuck. And when we realized what it was like, right, hundreds of people now need to start solving this because that whole document is what we need next. And it was beautiful because it brought the community together because we had a page in the Discord that was literally a dumping ground for PDF copies. And it was like, oh God, People looked in it and it was just like a mess.
Well, Pratt,
It
you're
was
making
a
my head
mess
hurt.
because we couldn't find it.
You're making my head
But
hurt.
Wombat is quite passionate about
Puzzles.
about the puzzles.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling you. I just I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like I love cryptography. It's my little specialist area. I absolutely adore how pissed up it can be. But it's like I look at other areas as well and just go, that is just pure beauty for what type of puzzle it is, even though I would have no way of working out what the fuck it was. Because you pass me a cryptographic or even bloody where they've hidden it in imagery, I can break it in a couple of hours. But it's a couple of hours for me to do it. You give me something like that audio file, I was there going, huh? Maybe this, maybe this, maybe that. I don't know because I don't deal with audio.
Yeah.
That's not the side I enjoy. But then one of my friends who is in the Star Wars community, he is an audio graphics guy and he loves audio side. And he sent me a message saying, have you seen this yet? And I went, no, why? And he just went, yeah, it'll be found in a minute, but there's a link in the audio. And it was like, what? There's a link in the audio? Oh. And then me and him had a 2.5 hour discussion about how the fuck you can pull that off.
So,
and it's like, that is really unique that they did that. And it's nice. Because it's not just one targeted part of the community. I just think the puzzles need to be like, if they want to do these little ones, great. But put a big one for the main era. So it's like, here's the era information. Now you've done that, expect a load of little ones for a couple of months to let your brains recover.
I'd rather just have the one big one. Like, don't even worry about the small ones. Just focus on the one big one if that's where you're going to put all your resources and energy.
Yep, and make
I'd rather do that.
And make the information something we did not see coming. Don't announce it earlier. Like, it has to be something we did not know. No one knows about coming. Yep.
Yeah.
So, Womprat, have you ever reached out to Meathead before?
Yes.
How about that?
Multiple times.
About puzzle making?
Well, he knows that I do puzzle making because the one time that I know he has been on my stream, because I watch the who's in there, we actually did get Meathead's name pop up in there, and it was on one of the 24-hour streams, and at the time we were talking about fun puzzles.
Okay. Right.
So yeah, I'm 100% sure he is aware, but it's like I probably should. And it's like I'm probably going to more reach out once I've got my puzzle built to about where I'm happy with it. And I'll just say, by the way, here's a puzzle that's taken me a month and a half-ish. And here you go. See if you can solve it. Oh, by the way, it's all Star Wars lore. It's lore-based.
Yep, definitely should give it a try. We are hitting almost 3 hours, guys, so
yes.
Let's move on.
Thanks for asking me, Bones, by the way. 17th of December, I think, because we're doing fortnightly releases, so
what are we talking about? Ask me what?
You asked when is Ahsoka coming,
sorry,
and then just completely
puzzles.
Skipped me.
Well, we started talking about. Don't blame me. Blame him for his nerding out on puzzles. Anyways,
yes,
all right, let's
fortnightly, 17th of December.
Yeah,
It won't be a. I sort of thought there'd be pain in the ass and go like once the last marquee is out 1 week, but then it doesn't match up with their fortnightly schedule. So, yeah.
Okay. So 17th thing. Okay. Mark it on your calendars, kids. I agree.
All right. So, Conquest, the Ascension packs, and the milestone events. So we had a heap of energy come out of the release, basically from these Ascension packs, and I think, I got to like, what did I say, 4,000 something energy from these packs. The Did anybody else get them, or was it just me? Like,
I
out of you
want
guys?
to get them, but I want to get them like tomorrow, sort of thing. I don't want to get them too early because I'm going to use it to abuse Datacrons.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is more let's abuse Datacrons over everything else.
Yeah.
Overall, the actual Conquest rewards this time, the actual pass itself, is really good. Invasive endings being back means, oh look, I've got a Nightsisters feat. Screw. Go and die in the corner. That's what you're about to do. Go on. There's no questioning it.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think the whole thing, the fact that they're doing this community milestone, I hope they do more of them. I hope they do them properly. It would be nice if they did it like at the start of every conquest and just went, yeah, if you guys can pull this off, here's 20 shards. We know they won't. There's part of the problem. We know they won't.
Yeah,
So,
it's a cool pack. I'm broke.
Yeah.
But,
what are your thoughts on the pack? Even if you don't get it, what do you think of it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
For what it is, good. Yeah.
And you said how much is it again?
It was like $60 Australian or something like that. If you bought all of it.
Both. So you've got the one. You have the Ascension bundle that's on mobile only, which was, I think it was $25 overall with everything. I think. Don't quote me on that. That's roughly what I think it was. But then you've got $15 for the calendar as well, which is 600 energy a day. Who does not want 600 energy a day for fucking nothing, basically?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're higher end and just farming Datacrons, enjoy.
Yeah. Besides like the packs, Conquest in general, I was saying earlier how I'm enjoying it more. Luckily, I have Nightsisters and Great Mothers and Morgan. If you don't have it, you're probably not having fun. But I just recently got Morgan and Nightsisters finished up in R7. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's pretty easy. The feats are pretty easy.
Great Mothers they're actually, you can use them not even like 7-star. Like, as long as they're geared up. Oh, yeah, they're still usable.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And even at 1% stamina, like the other Nightsisters, they're still usable.
Yeah.
Like, and almost feel like they do better the lower the stamina is. I don't know why, but
so the reason for it is if you can get a couple of AAs and invasive endings, what will happen is they start off, they die. They then stand up, they die again, and all of a sudden, those little dots that you think, oh, it's only 3 dots. Oh, hang on. Zombie dies as well. So that's 2 deaths. So that's not 3 dots, that's now 6. They then revive, which then gives another set of dots. So that's 12. Oh, shit. The dots just go from here to fuck off. And it's like, you take a turn. I dare you.
Yep.
And if you can get something like thermal detonators on, and it is literally, and the team's dead. You killed zombie, enjoy your death.
But if you've went through all sectors, including local, each sector has a Nightsister or Great Mother or something feat. They're very important to this conquest, which is fine for me. I always farm the
but stuff. When you also get further along, you're going to get the battles done before you get through all the Nightsister feats, so just throw them in with like a Jam K or something where they could just sit there.
Well, I was even using Great Mothers and the 2 troopers because a couple of them, like this Protea battles and Night Trooper battles. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was just using that Great Mothers team the whole way through, basically. So with the community event, milestone event, we're getting some rewards and all that sort of stuff at the end of it, but conveniently timed on the tail end of, or in the middle of these packs, right? Is it like, are the rewards enough of a incentive, I guess, for you guys to buy them? Or is it you're either going
to community feats? I don't know what they are.
So basically, they've got this milestone thing. So any energy we use in Conquest, every day, Meathead in the morning updates how far through we are. So we're sitting on we haven't even hit 300
What's
million.
the end reward? Like, what
so-
of Drey.
Yeah,
What?
that's the big one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if we hit it, it just means the last conquest, even guys that haven't bought the pack, haven't done anything like that, is literally, oh, you're red boxing, don't buy ray shards. You've got what you need.
Yeah.
It's literally just going to save you buying the last month of ray shards.
You do get Malicos, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, and the Fury class as well.
Yeah.
Which, if we get to the end, it'd be 20, 30, 40 shards of those three, and then just the 20 shards for Ray. But yeah, it's like 600 million energy we need, which is like.
So, when
sorry,
this came
750 million.
When this came out, I sat and did the maths each day, and we aren't actually slowing down, which is quite impressive. And it's like, I've looked at it, I've looked at the maths, and it said that by day 8 or 10, between 8 and 10, we should hit that 750. So it's like, congrats, we've got 14 days to do Conquest. And by day 8, if we keep it up at a decent pace, we've got it. If not, day 10. And it's like, how many of you guys and how many at home are actually turning around and doing the 50s every day? If that's all you're doing, and that's getting us there already, most of us won't stop that. Because it's like, oh, look, if you've already completed and you're already red crate, you're now on Datacron farm. And it's, oh, look, auto farm, don't care. I'm already sat on auto farm on my bigger account because I don't care. I don't need to do the feature. I do those in the last 5 days. I go auto. Oh, look, 50, 50, 50, auto, done. Don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's not the efficient way of doing it, but do I care? No. Will I care? No.
I try to wipe the feeds out first just because with a baby, I gotta.
Yeah.
I can't plan for the last second because there's some days where I'm just like, doing the beta cons and I'm going to bed. It's been a long day.
Don't blame you there. Don't blame you there. I've got a kitten that's a grumpy little sod as well, so it's like, congrats. If he wants attention one day, I do not get anything done.
Oh yeah, because it's like when I had to take away the video, my husband came up and he brought my daughter up and he's like, "Can I give her an apple?" Like, sure. And I'm like, I hear her screaming downstairs. I'm like, I guess the apples aren't going too well. But that's like story of our life.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so
while didn't want an apple, they wanted an apple that's an apple-shaped apple. That's not an apple.
Oh god, she's a trip. She gets like this with every new food. It's like day 1, she's not sure about it. Probably will throw a hissy fit. But then day 2, 3, she's like lunging for the spoon because she wants whatever's on it.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
I was gonna say while Bones is away, we'll get on the topic that's probably going to cause him the most possibilities for ranting, but he's back already. But we need to cover it anyway. All right, so in game currently we've got all the fleet masteries, right? So like Endurance, Home 1, Executrix, Raddus and Finalizer, I'm pretty sure it is. They're all repeatable daily. Unless you've got it like 330 shards, you can't do it at all. So we've got, on one hand, definitely helping new players who haven't got them, like thinking Ray and SLKR. Obviously, Raddus and Finalizer being repeatable makes it a lot easier for them. On the other end of the scale, people like myself who have them, obviously we're not getting that shard shop currency. So where do you sit, Kate, on is it good? Is it bad? Do you care?
I think it's good. the new players who are coming into the game, they have all these Lightspeed bundles and all that, or whatever they're called, and they're locked behind the ship, and that's why they can't get the GL right away. It's a little bit more incentive for them to get the bundle, and then they can work on the ship and get the ship quickly. I think it's great for new players just coming out. Like, are there people going to be pissed like, oh, well, I just had to do this and it took me a year to unlock? Like, yeah, but from a standpoint of growth for the game, it's good. So I don't mind it. And I'm not getting the shard shop currency. I don't really care.
So here's what's more
Okay.
here's what's more annoying than the 10 shards being taken away. It's whatever. It's
Start the timer.
It's
I
think people do the math, and like people that already have them are missing out like on 3,000 over 3,000 shard shop currency. It's whatever. Like, I don't really care about that. It's that I have to look at the event. I have it. Why do I have to continuously look at the event? It just drives me crazy. Every time I log in, it's like more scrolling. It's very. It's not a big deal.
No different than all the marquees that are sitting there that I've already got.
And at the same time with that, if I have them at 6 star or 7 stars, those shouldn't pop up either for me. But it is what it is. It's not a big rant. I'm just saying. I wish.
Well, we know it's not a big one because the hat didn't move.
Yeah. It's weird you said that. I never noticed that.
The main thing that I take away from it is I sit there and I go, okay, I get why they've done it because it really does help new players. So that is a good thing. The thing that annoys me the most about it is kind of what Bone said, that every day it's popping up, every day it's refreshing, and every single day, even on days where, like, for guys that have already got them and guys that have got nothing else to do, it'll say 2. And you click on it and, oh, look, it's the ships again that's caused it. And it's like, no, you bastards, you tricked me. And it's just like that moment of, I'd prefer that they either didn't show up or that if they did show up, they were in a separate fucking tab.
Well, they should just do what they do with the other stuff where it's like, if you can't do it, just gray it out, put it to the back of it, and just, it's there, but it's not the first thing you see.
Yeah, I like the tab.
I honestly think, if it's grayed out, if it's tabbed away, if it's anything, that way we know that 2 is just them. Yeah, fine, okay. But stop doing this bullshit to us, because every day I go, ooh, new event! Oh, bastards.
Yeah.
And it's that moment of bastards.
Have you done the math on how much shard currency it is?
Not massively. I know it's about, I think it was like 200 and something you get per set, which is not a lot. Not considering everything else they've given us to do it. With the new currency, we had this discussion earlier with what do you do if you've bought the pass and you sat on like 29,000 and you're about to collect the next lot? Well, you just buy shards of like the Inquisitors and turn them to shard shop.
It didn't let me. When I went to click to redeem it and was going to go over, it physically said, you cannot collect this, you will go over. So that's when I was like, oh shit, what do I actually spend it on other than, because I'd spent it on all the normal stuff. So, yeah. All right.
Honestly, yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, so we don't have to spend too much time on it.
Yeah.
Because we're hitting 3 hours, so.
Yeah. All right, so the next update came through with the Assault battles. A little while ago, they basically said, well, they did for this month, that we've got 9 Assault battles currently. They can only fit 8 into a month because it, 2 a week, all that sort of stuff. So a lot of the community was upset that basically this 9th Assault battle, this time around, it was the Ewok one that got skipped. But a lot of the worry, obviously, was if it happened to be the Lover Boys or whatever you want to call him, whether it was that one that got missed at some point in time. Think about all those people, Relic 9, those characters. So in the end, anyway, they've come back and they've basically said Assault battles are run Wednesday and Saturday each week. And then for that extra Assault battle, it'll be on the first Monday of the month. So we will get all of the Assault battles will get one go throughout the month, which I don't really think anybody can say is a bad thing.
No, the only thing I can say
Unless
is
someone wants to prove me wrong.
this should have never been a thing. They should have never even crossed their mind to take it away from us. That's the only thing I have a problem with. So we feel like we're getting a positive update when really it shouldn't have even been it shouldn't have been a problem. That's my only complaint. Is like they shouldn't have had to come back and say, okay, we'll give it to you now, because it should never been taken away from us in the first place. So now it's making it look like, oh, they're being nice to us. Now they're giving it back to us. It shouldn't even been a problem. It shouldn't even been a thing. But they could have, because they can do whatever they want. They could have said, fuck you guys. So I do appreciate that they listened, but they had to listen because the entire community was pissed off about it. So they kind of had to touch on it. Notice how the only time they make a change is when everyone is mad. If it's just a few people, they don't care.
Honestly, I think it was a good thing that they needed to change it. I did say they needed to look at it. It was a solution for now. And it's like, at least they've listened and realised, hang on, most of the community is pissed about this. It's not a good thing to have it done, and then found a way of solutioning it. They did put the caveat in there that it is literally, if they add any more Assault battles, they are going to have to look at it again. And it's like, in that Ahsoka kit, it even said, oh, that's a good idea for an Assault battle. Which is just like, oh, shit.
Hera's kit.
Yeah. So it's like, please, if you're going to add something, make sure that it can be done in the month already. Don't screw it up even more, please.
Yeah.
Kate, you got anything to say about it?
I agree.
Yeah.
It's just,
It
should have been like that to begin with. That's about it.
Yeah. Next.
All right, so there's a Black Friday offer, so you can get 20% off a gas Lightspeed bundle, and also 20% off the Hyperdrive bundle. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say on that.
I mean, if you really think about the Hyperdrive bundle, wasn't it? It used to be like $100, like $99 or whatever, and then now it's like $49. And then take another 20% off of that. Is that what it was? 20%?
Yeah.
I don't know what that comes out to, but that's good.
That's good for a new player. That's a good deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And any LSB without a percentage taken off of it is amazing. I can't think of one that was bad. Yeah. So anything deal off that is great too. I don't want to get.
And gas is a really good one.
Yeah, because don't you get Negotiator with that?
I don't remember.
Probably. Oh, no, Negotiator was a separate one, wasn't it?
No, Negotiator is gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really good value.
Yeah,
really good. Yeah. And I don't want to get into conversation about this. I just hope that someday that they upgrade the Hyperdrive bundle just to make it a little more relevant with today.
Yeah.
But everything else sounds good. Next.
So basically, the calendar for December's come out, and all of the Assault battles are going to be run twice this month after them saying they've changed it.
Okay,
but
I'll take that.
So
I'll take that.
Yeah, so
nice.
Literally
they usually
every
add,
single one.
More ones on the holiday season, anyways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Thank you, CG.
And
Thank
all
you.
the mythic events, so think like Grandmaster's Training, all that sort of stuff, they're being run as well. And then the Thrawn one is actually being run twice.
So guys, instead of 1 Omega, you guys get 2 this month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you stop.
Other than that, everything else is straight like the same sort of thing. There are 3 credit heists, which I don't really pay much attention to how often they come. Do they come 3 times a month?
No. It's
no,
usually
I don't think so.
1 month it'll be 2, then the following month it'll be 1, because they're spaced at like 3 weeks apart usually.
That
So
makes sense.
we get a weird cadence to them where some weeks we'll get like 2 quite in the same month, and then the following month it's 1. It's a weird cadence for them.
Also,
it also looks
we need
like
to rush through this because my fingertips are frozen and I can't turn my heater on until we quit. So Let's try to rush through this. I mean,
All
I'm
right.
fucking freezing right
Yeah.
now.
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go take care of the baby
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
Is there
All right,
anything
so
important
Droid
to talk about, or
Smuggler-
is these all just calendars and
Well, they-
offers?
It's all stuff that we're getting more of over Christmas. But
Yeah.
Alright.
yeah,
Rush.
basically a lot of stuff's happening over the Christmas period. So
they basically just always run like more events,
more
more
events.
awards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's about it.
Yeah.
So thank you, CG, for being somewhat kind. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's all the
So,
positivity you get from me.
The
And
last-
that's
the very last thing we've got to do is questions, which we've only got
Yes.
3 of.
All right,
So
thank God.
let's fly
Yes.
through them.
Let's get them through. Let's get them going. Also, if you're listening
Yeah.
and new to the show, come join our Discord. You guys can ask your questions in the question area if you can find it through the maze of shit that's in there. And we will read every single question you guys ask, and we will answer them at the end of every podcast every week. All right,
Yeah.
let's get it going.
all right. First question is from Moot Clown. What character have you purposely not unlocked and built up shards just for fun? I have Embo at over 600 shards and Pow at over 800.
I've
Kate,
never done that. I unlock the characters. I've never just kept them
Yeah.
there building up
So-
shards.
So I'm the same way. You're insane if you're doing that because you're missing out on resources. But I know a lot of people who enjoy doing it. But my OCD, seeing that green bar, I need the green bar to be gone. Like I need it to be done. And it used to, that made sense because there was a thing called roster bloat. Whenever you went to in the old ways of Grand Arena, there is no longer a thing. So there's no reason to hoard stuff, not to upgrade your characters, not to unlock them. Just do it, people.
I can understand Embo, but I can't understand not unlocking Pow. I don't understand that one.
So I know
Oh,
of
that's
people with,
the
like, 10,000
Rogue One Pow as well.
Yeah, but
PAR,
you run
yeah.
Pow in like the Momo squad, and
Yeah.
he can like be plugged into that or the Rogue One. So, and especially with the Datacron that they have right now for him, it's ridiculous. He's taking out like Jabba's. So yeah.
So
What were we saying?
for me, I know of a couple of people that have got like 10k and they're trying to get them to 10k so they can convert it to shard shop. And that's why they're doing it as a bit of a joke to make sure they've got 30k shard shop currency sat there. Which, okay, fine, fair enough. But for me, I do have a character I refuse to unlock, which is Cup, and he is set at 12 shards because that is what they've given me over time, and I will never unlock him. He is sat there at the bottom of my roster with 12 shards, and he'll never be unlocked.
Have you
He
never
can
got
be
him from like
unlocked.
the data things? You know, the daily one?
But yeah,
Oh.
that's why I've got 12 shards of him.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough.
I could unlock him. It will never happen. I
From the
freaking hate
Bronzian.
the meme. I absolutely hate the meme at the end of the day. And it's like, please, just stop with the bullshit. Just no.
All right.
My Guardian is also, what's it? R8, R9, something like that for a TV.
Yeah, Kate.
They don't talk about Guardian.
Yeah, Matthias
Yeah,
donated a bunch of money to me one time, and I was like, "All right, I'll R9 the character," and he picked Jedi Guardian, which could have been he could have been more mean about it, but he also donated some money to make this stream come to you guys live today. So now I'm gonna do another R9 for him. So we haven't got to that point. And Mike's my swugga daddy, and he's like, "What about me? Shouldn't I be getting to do an R9?" So for the first time, I'm gonna let him make me do an R9 too. So stay tuned to find out what those are.
Can we pick an R9 for your regular account?
Yeah, I'll do one for you.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Can
You
you
don't have to pick
Hunter?
one now, but you can just send me
Hunter.
messages. Hunter, are you guys
Oh,
gonna?
mate. Bad Batch, Matthias, if you're in the chat. I said Echo, Matthias said Tech, and you've now said Hunter.
Is
I
it
think
official?
it's done.
R9 Bad Batch. I'll do it.
I think if he's going to do it, he needs to R9 the 4 proper members of Bad Batch, at least.
I'm at least giving him Hunter because that's a TV thing. And Echo is too, but Echo's too nice. Echo is too usable in other squads.
Hey,
Hunter needs bad
That's not
guys.
nice at all. None of those answers are nice.
At the
I
end of
think
the
it's
day,
very
though,
nice.
Wreck-It is a tank.
No, I think it's
Yeah.
funny.
Wreck-It is a tank as well.
I think
Alright,
I
so
think
you
you
got-
three should make me R. If you three say Bad Batch, I'll just do all four R9. If you three
Omega.
become-
You really
You're gonna do
want to.
Omega.
I'm not doing Omega. I'm not doing that.
No.
All right.
I mean, if you want
Okay.
to R9 Bad Batch, yeah, go for it, Bones.
All right, we'll talk about it more after this. But
Yeah.
Yep.
all right.
I have got no characters that I've got all the characters at 7 stars. So, yep. Okay. Next. Oh, yeah. Womps was Cup. Yep.
Yep.
So next question is from Bane, who's our very important come and hang out with us last week. If you could own any one historical artifact that you could not resell, what would it be?
Wait, what? What artifact? What, just any artifact? From the
Any
world?
historical artifact, yeah.
If I can
in the
sell
world.
one,
You can't resell it. You have to keep it. So you can't just like get it and then sell it for like billions of dollars.
Does it have to be like an actual thing?
I don't know. I think anything goes in this one. It's pretty.
Anything
What do you
goes.
think it
Well,
goes?
anything goes.
It doesn't have to be like Star Wars related.
No, like
No.
anything.
No.
It's any historical artifact. If anything, I think he's thinking like a real life, like the Declaration of Independence or something.
Oh, see, the first thing where my mind went was the Time Turner in Harry Potter. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
Okay, see, my mind went to like
Okay.
yes, a movie set relic. You could say like an old, like cool on set thing. I don't know what that would be, but this sounds really gay. But I was about to say like the necklace from the Titanic, from the movie Titanic.
Yep. You've just outed yourself there, Bones. You've just outed yourself there.
My heart will go on.
What I'm going to
and
choose has some
on.
form of youth. Ark of the Covenant.
I'm sorry. Even as a kid, that song would make me cry. The Celine Dion song.
Crash back to.
Have you ever heard
Jeez.
her like sing it live? Like there was a video of her singing it live, and it's just beautiful.
It is. It's one of the best songs ever made. I haven't seen
Have
it live.
you
but-
heard? Like obviously with 2 daughters, right?
Is this going to be a Wiggle song?
No, not Wiggles.
Have you heard
Ariana
the
Grande
ABCs?
singing that song.
Every time they sing
What?
the ABCs, I cry.
The
No.
Wiggles.
Ariana Grande singing that song is
Forget it.
actually better than
Forget it.
Celine Dion.
No, you can't compare it to Celine Dion.
Nope.
She
Fuck her.
is like,
No.
yeah.
Tell her to
No,
go take some more
trust-
Ozempic.
I'll send you a link to it. It's different
Alright.
because it's but like her voice is like, yeah, she's like, they reckon she's like an alien because she just like has all
She
these
looks like an alien. Have you watched the Wicked interviews? Her and that other girl look like aliens. They're the cringiest interviews I've ever seen. Nothing against the movies. Just go watch the interviews. They're cringy
Alright.
as shit. Go take some more Ozempic,
I haven't
people.
seen the interviews.
Go take some more Ozempic.
Alright.
Fuck her, Celine Dion all day, by the way.
Okay. What have you got, Kate? Have you got like a real one, or are you sticking with the?
I said the Time
Turner.
Turner. Because I
Okay.
could get so much
Alright.
shit done if I had that.
Also, I want to give
Yeah.
you props. I've been trying to say this all podcast. I love this shirt. I didn't know what you were wearing, and I saw one shop. I was like, oh, that's all
Oh, yeah, I am
Avengers.
wearing a Harry
Yeah.
Potter shirt too. I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
remember that.
Dude, I love the books. The books will always be great, but those movies get better with time. My wife
They do.
gets pissed off because every night, I'm saying every night, I fall asleep to Harry Potter. I just put one of them on, and then it's like I watch one, and like the next day it's like, all right, I gotta watch the. So like every week I watch 7 Harry Potter films. Every week, every fucking week.
We had our niece sleep over a couple of weeks ago now, and she never saw Harry Potter, so she's 11. And she wanted to watch Harry Potter
What
and the
age?
Sorcerer's Stone, and it was awesome. She loved it.
That's really cool.
It was
Did you
so
give her
cool.
like? You should have wrote out a letter and everything, given she was 11.
I
like, and given her the-
know.
Ah, man.
Oh,
even
that's a
think
good
of that.
idea.
I didn't think
Yeah.
of it.
If you want me to dress as Hagrid and knock down your door and make her think I'm taking her from your family.
Oh my god.
What's her name? You're a wizard, Harry. Whatever her name is, though. Insert name.
But like we watched it because we're actually doing a trip to Disney and Universal next year, and it's her first time ever going to either of them. And I'm like, look, you need to watch Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone before we go to Universal because you're not going to understand it. Or, I mean, okay, you get an idea, but you can appreciate it a lot more once you see at least. I'm like, look, you just got to watch the first one. If you don't like it, you don't have to continue, but at least watch this so you know what you're walking into.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the chat is disagreeing with what I'm about to say. I feel like the first three are the best. I get that the first two they're younger, the acting.
I enjoyed the Goblet of Fire the best. I love that one.
So it's just I like them all. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like after three, it gets darker, it gets more adult, so they don't spend as much time in the castle. Once again,
here's the thing.
I love them all though.
I don't know how old you guys are, but I grew up with Harry Potter. Like basically when the movies came out, I was right around that age. So as you went through, like I remember sitting in, it was the first midnight movie I ever saw was the last Harry Potter. And it was like so emotional because you literally grew up with these characters and you're around the same age. So I never really thought of it got darker and more adult. And like, yeah, I would have liked them to spend more time in the castle, but it was just incredible.
I agree, and that's why I watch one. It's like, well, I have to watch all 8 now because it's the same with Star Wars. Once I watch the originals, I got to watch all 3. Or if I watch Rogue One, it goes into the trilogy. I got to watch all 4 now. So I don't care what anyone says. Harry Potter books, movies are fucking spectacular. You can hate in chat. I don't care. You guys have something wrong with you. Your brains aren't working right because they're some of the greatest films, books ever made. And they only get better.
Well, see,
honestly, I'm in the UK, and we've got Harry Potter World here, and I was not the biggest Harry Potter fan at all. My ex was, and we both went. We absolutely enjoyed it, and that's us freaking adults going to Harry Potter World with no kids with us. I can't imagine how much more fun that'll be with kids because it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And
I'm so excited.
I guess we shouldn't
to take my niece and nephew, and like my daughter will only be like 1.5, so she won't understand it.
Also, Kate, they're adding another ride to it.
They're adding a whole new world. They're adding like Epic Universal or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Ministry of Magic. They're adding to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I never really got into the Ministry of Magic. We'll see.
Well, I'm just either way, like. Harry Potter's the shit. People quit hating. If you haven't seen them, like fucking Old Man Logan, that grumpy fuck, go watch the goddamn movies. They're making a television show, I think, to get kids back into it again on HBO.
Yeah, it's coming out like 2026 or something.
And with remakes, I'm kind of skeptical because they seem to ruin them nowadays, but J.K. Rowling is very much part of it, so I think it's going to turn out to be fun. And the problem with the movies, which there's not a lot of problems with me, they leave a lot of stuff out, and they had to. And so there's so much cool stuff in the books that got left out. So each season is going to be a year, so they're going to be able to include so much more stuff. So I'm looking pretty forward to it.
That's cool, because there was so much in the books that couldn't make it into the movies because it was just time constraint, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, they would have been 5 hours long had they. And every book got bigger and bigger and bigger as well because they had to separate the last
And then, hold on. Butterbeer and found out it was just cream soda. Butterbeer does not taste like cream soda. I don't think it does. That's like, have you gone to Universal and you gotta get the frozen butterbeer. You gotta get the frozen one, not the soda one. The frozen.
See, I got the one that was in a bottle, like a plastic bottle.
What?
Yeah.
That's your screw up. Don't get it in a plastic bottle. You gotta get it from the cart.
I never tried. I didn't know you could do that. I probably would. I have one that's unopened.
I've never heard of it in a bottle. Oh, you like are talking like kind of like a beer bottle type thing,
Well,
are you?
it was like a plastic like pop bottle, but it had a
You're
pumpkin.
in Florida. Go to Universal and go get yourself a frozen butterbeer. No.
I still have one that's still shut from like 10 years ago, so it's up in my closet.
I'm sure that one will be fine.
I don't know if I would drink that.
That Bones. Do not drink that. We know you will, but don't.
I'm saving it for the apocalypse. All right. We love Harry Potter, but let's move on. Or we're gonna be here all fucking night.
Next, last question, guys.
Yes. If you were contacted by CG and they said, "Hey, this is from Matthias, sorry. If you were contacted by CG and they said, "Hey, Plo Koon is too obvious for the final requirement. Who do you think it should be?" What would you tell them? Plo Koon is not an option.
So basically, who do we think should be the final requirement that's not Plo?
Yeah.
Clone Wars Chewie. Wolf.
Yeah,
I see you, Wolf.
Set that in.
I see you, Wolf, right when he posted. It should be.
I've got an answer that actually goes to why Ahsoka left the Order, and it's Mace Windu. Because he was the one actually actively hunting her during that whole episode.
Actively hunting her just sounds terrible. All right.
It's the best way of putting it, because he was the one that was adamant that she must be caught, and he was the one that was saying anything is basically allowed to capture her, and it was like, shit. Kind of proves that Mace Windu is a bit of an arsehole when he needs to be.
I'm not remembering. Is any of the Anakins a requirement?
Gas is.
Gas. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Yeah. No, I don't know then.
Thrawn?
Yeah, could be Thrawn.
But
that's where I was.
Wait,
until
wasn't
they
he a
brought
requirement? I vaguely remember having to bring up a relic level.
No.
He might be a fucking.
He was needed for.
Nah, he is.
He's a
He
requirement
is.
for Balin.
Yeah, Balin.
Oh, Balin, yeah.
I was like, I know I just brought him up like from relic 6 to 7 for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even Wolf says CWC rescued and escaped to the transition hunting island, so it should be CWC. I'm teasing.
Okay.
What about you, Mike?
That would just be funny if it was.
Yep.
Oh, Jack says Cup. It was the Coruscant police chasing her. No, Cup.
Yep.
Cup needs to be deleted from the game. Vicious, if you're ever watching, you are 9ing all those fucking Cups. You guys are insane. Mike, what's your guess?
I said Thrawn.
Oh, Thrawn. Okay.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Did you give an answer, Kate?
Cool.
Or just you don't know?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm shivering in my fucking boots right now. Like, I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. I love you guys. I love just spending time with you, but Jesus, I'm cold. All right, do your outros. First off, Kate, thank you for hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure having you on either podcast.
Anytime.
Do you have anything to promote or anything like that?
Maybe you'll see a stream in the next week or two. I don't know.
And
let us know. Because I'll put you. We all the streamers, they automatically pop up on our Discord. So
you can add it. I'm gonna. It's just a matter of whenever I get the PC client running. I just need to find time to do it. And if it's if it's not hard, I should have it up and running by Wednesday. Is that the first?
Have you got any anything with Xerath coming out soon? Because you said you haven't.
We're supposed to be Thursday, but we didn't record. I know he doesn't like to record the first week of GAC because he puts out the counter videos and the top teams to use and stuff like that. So I know he does that. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna. It might be another 2 weeks. I don't know. This week was different because it was a holiday, so I don't know.
Yeah.
At some point.
All right. Well, just know that we're
excited
for one if you do it.
Right, guys. I've just also done the shout out in the chat, so it'll be at the top of the chat. Enjoy, click, follow, and then when Kate does do the GACs randomly, you can actually be there and laugh and joke alongside. So there you go.
Yeah. Thank you. Unfortunately, I don't think I can stick to a schedule just because of the little one. But
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Do what I do. Just give it a pine cone. Let it, gnaw on it or whatever.
She's got her bedtime up to like she'll hit a wall at like 6:00. So she'll be in bed by 7. But that's only started the last like 2 weeks, so we'll see.
But just take my parenting advice. No matter what age they are, they can eat a pine cone. It'll take their attention.
Yeah,
If you're hitting hard times and you need that one swug a pack, feed them a pine cone for a couple days. You'll save the money up. You can buy you a pack. That's what I do with my kids. So.
Oh my god!
And they've turned out great. They're great kids. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Kate, thank you for everything. Mike, do you have any last words you want to say?
No, just thanks, Kate, for coming along. Really appreciate it. The like second time we did a community episode. Yeah, so really, really good.
I don't think it was a community episode. I joined you guys with the other podcast. I think it was I just crashed the episode you were on.
Oh no, I wasn't on that one. But I think
God.
I don't know.
There's too many to remember. Somehow, some way, you guys were on the same one. I
No, it was the
you-
end of the
you
year.
crashed-
Wait, no, oh no, it wasn't that?
No,
That
I
was-
wasn't on
no.
that. Nah, you crashed a couple of times, but we actually had. I don't know. It was like my first time actually on, like streaming or like the podcast, and you were there. So
I was pregnant.
I
I,
think it
remember
would've
that because I told you guys
Yeah.
I was pregnant. And
Yeah.
nobody else knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bones blabbed it.
Everyone, did I? Everyone keeps saying I did.
yes, yeah. You're like at the end.
All right.
At the end, you're like, "Good luck with the baby," and all that sort of stuff, and we're like, "Fuck, shit."
Just don't tell me anything because these guys were like trying to keep you a secret guest for like 2 weeks, and I kept telling everyone, and then like before we went live, Womp Rat raids into us, and he has like a secret thumbnail of who is it, and I'm like, "Is Kate coming on today?" And they're like, "Shut up, shut up." Just don't tell, especially when it comes to you, Kate. Just don't tell me anything. Just tell me to farm Bad Batch and shut up.
You said you're gonna R9 them all. I'm not gonna forget that.
I will. It's come
So
from.
it's gotta be on your account.
Yeah, it will.
Your own account.
Yeah, I only have one.
Okay.
It'll come full circle.
Well, I'm just making sure.
And then you guys
Yeah,
have to
fuck,
pick
he's
a
not
new
doing
team.
it on my account. I'm not wasting those resources.
It will come. But my next most hated team is Afra. So you guys can start trolling me for Afra because I hate her.
No,
Well,
you just troll a team that you ask about.
Now, more importantly, guys, I am on tomorrow. I will be drunk. I am not in a banana costume, honest. I am dressed perfectly normally. If you're seeing me as a banana, something is wrong with you. Go and see the doctor.
I need to get my glasses checked.
You're going.
Yeah, you definitely do. I think Bones does as well.
You're going
He was
blind.
saying something that I'm wearing one earlier. Don't know what he's on about.
Spoiler alert. He's wearing a banana. Okay, let's get out of here, guys.
I'm not.
What? Huh?
I'm not.
Okay.
Can't prove it.
All right, guys. We appreciate all the support and love. Thank you guys for the donations, the subs, the bits, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. The channel's growing every day, and we can't thank you guys enough. We're gonna go raid Newt's Too Good. Go get you your $25 roster review and have a good time. And we will see you guys next week. Peace. Okay, I think we're out of
What
here.
you like, Bones?